Round one, fight!
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tournament Fights. We're on episode 115 as far as Tournament Fights goes, and tonight we're going to be talking best movie duos. This is part one of a three-part series, so I'm looking forward to this because we started making the list, and we're like there are a ton of these movie duos, so we just decided to make it a three-part series, which part two will be next month, about a month from now, and then the championship maybe a month from that. Spread them out that way. But I'm your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and I'm excited to talk about these because whether or not you've seen most of the movies that duos are associated with, most people are at least familiar with them. So yeah, I think it should be a good time. So we'll go ahead and we'll introduce our panel for tonight. So we have Mr. Richie Goodacre. How's it going, Richie?
What's up? I think it's the first time I've been introduced first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I figured you're one of the few regulars tonight, so I'll throw you in first.
I'm sorry for the glare. I've got my window open, but anyway, so you can't actually see my sick new haircut. Anyway, but no.
You see it squinting, then you'll know why.
Yeah. But anyway, good to be here, man. Movie duos, there's a lot of them, so it's gonna be hard to whittle it down to one, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, almost every matchup is tough. So, because I took a look at it, and it's not going to be easy. So, but we also have Chris Ingle in the house. How's it going?
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. So, looking forward to this. So, and also we have Richard Schwartz. How's it going?
It's going. You always have me in the same video as Richie every time.
Yep. Every time. I just know that I don't know. I try to make you like each other. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, this should be fun. We should have one more person coming in a little bit. So, but it'll be the four of us for now. And when we get to any tiebreakers, I'll explain how the tiebreaker process works. It's pretty simple, but how it's going to work for anyone who's tuning in and isn't familiar with it. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a tournament of 64 and tonight's movie duo. So you just vote round by round. You have to vote no matter what, even if you haven't seen the movies that the particular duos are a part of. You can vote for any reason. You can vote because you love the movie. You vote against a movie that you can't stand. You just like certain actors or characters or whatever it may be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, pretty simple. And we'll just try and get down to an elite eight. I mean, we'll get down to a winner, but the elite eight will be well, actually not for this one. So usually we have a poll for the elite eight. We'll do an elite eight once the championship hits. So that poll won't be there, but we'll announce that after the final episode. Then we'll have one where the community can chime in and give their thoughts. So yeah. So give me 1 minute and I'll bring up our bracket here. Let's see. All right. Should be popping up here.
Inception.
Hang on, that's not. Yeah, that's not how I want it. Hang on. So no. Oh, yeah, there we go. Not the entire window reflecting on itself. Here we go. That should be a little more like it. Yeah. So. And I just have one last thing to say before we get started. And let's do this.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do?
It's showtime.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat a-hole?
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
Let's do this, Schmidt.
Yeah. Just like we always do, Jenkins.
Jenkins, Jacob. Oh, sorry.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
I mean, come on, I just don't see a problem here. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm pumped.
You serious?
And just shout out to everyone in the chat. Malcolm is tuning in probably from work, I think, but yeah, it says Richie trying to do his best Chris Diaz impression there with the bright lights behind him. Yeah,
maybe he thinks he's Captain Kirk. I'm just
right. Yeah, a show within a show within a show, or he's trying to be a J.J. Abrams with the lens flare there.
Yeah.
And then also my good friend Sarah, she's in the chat. How's it going? So yeah, but let me do one quick little adjustment and we'll reveal the first matchup. And we always start at the bottom of the ladder. So Richard, you will be up first. For some reason it's like really zoomed in on my end, so give me 1 second. There we go. All right. So we'll reveal the first one. I have this part zoomed in a little bit just so we can see the graphics a little more. But so I'll kind of, they won't quite totally fit, but you get the gist. Doc Brown and Marty from Back to the Future versus Thor and Hulk from Thor Ragnarok. So that's the first matchup. So Richard, you're up first. So which one you want to go for?
I mean, as much as I love the MCU, Doc and Marty are way too iconic. They make the movies, all three of them. All three are great. It's Doc and Marty for me. It's an easy one.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, Doc and Marty are just too iconic. They have a legitimate Broadway musical coming up that I'm really excited to see.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to see a Thor and Hulk musical. So Doc and Marty.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird, but Richie, what do you think?
I think a Thor and a Hulk musical sounds amazing. Well, that's what I think. Yeah. I look at with I think with the right direction you could make a Thor and Hulk musical. No.
Yeah.
Look, I know, but that with in all seriousness, yes. I think Doc and Marty is the definite winner here. I don't think it's a contest. Thor and Hulk are good together, but the Doc and Marty are more iconic. I feel like you're going to hear the word iconic a lot here in this episode. So,
Is it
Doc and Marty.
keyword? Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching Neil Brennan's podcast, the stand-up comedian Blocks, and he has little words that pop up, and I need to do that same little thing. There's like a little ding, like you're on Wheel of Fortune, and then like it pops with the keyword. The word of the day is iconic. So, and I'm voting for Doc and Marty also because Back to the Future. I mean, 1 and 2 are in my top 10 movies of all time. Like, and Thor Ragnarok's pretty high. Like, it's in my top 64 movies, but because I am a big Thor Ragnarok fan, and I think that they're really fun together. But I don't always consider them like a duo per se. That they are kind of for this movie. But it's got to be Doc and Marty. So yeah. So Doc and Marty move on. Then we have Superman and Lois Lane, which I'm fairly certain that this represents all the Superman and Lois Lane. So we don't have different iterations. So he just put up one of the Superman posters going up against Lumiere and Cogsworth, and that's for all the iterations of Beauty and the Beast as well. So Chris, you're up first. What do you think?
Interesting. Well, here's my logic. There have been multiple iterations of Superman and Lois. Many individuals over the past, 75, 80 years in film and all of that television. Have we seen that? But in my mind, there's only one Lumiere and Cogsworth. Forget that live action crap. No.
Yeah.
There is only one Lumiere and Cogsworth. And as much of a Superman fan as I am, be our guest.
Yep, exactly. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I like Lumiere and Cogsworth, but I don't really have the same affinity for Beauty and the Beast as other people. But yeah, I'm more of a Superman and Lois kind of guy. Whatever iteration. I remember, I watched Lois and Clark growing up. I liked it, so I'm going to go Superman and Lois Lane.
Yeah. For me, the thing that is going to put up with the top is the street that I live on is called Lois Lane. That's where I live. So I mean, I'm going to go with it. Anything Lois Lane. If you want to come and find me, just look over the state of Idaho, how many Lois Lanes they are, and you might be able to find where I live. But you don't know which house it is. There's a lot of houses on the street, but it's a long street. But and I really do like Beauty and the Beast. I actually probably prefer the movie overall, but I mean, I'm kind of going back and forth. Like sometimes it's just all about the duo I like better. Other times the movie does kind of factor in, but for right now, I'm gonna go Superman and Lois Lane. So, Richard,
Come to the Disney dark side, Richard. Come on.
This is going to be interesting because I am going Lumiere and Cosworth just for the main reason Superman and Lois, not a duo, love interest. Every story has a love interest. I don't consider them a duo. If anything, Superman and Batman would be more of the duo for me, or Superman or Jimmy Olsen. But
yeah,
Lumiere and Cosworth, or Cosworth, is that how you say his name?
Cogsworth, yeah.
Cogsworth. They are a duo. They are the definition of a duo. And I mean, I love both the animated and the live action. Live action is not as bad as other live action versions of Disney's have been. And so I'm going Lumiere.
Well, that means that we have a tie, and the tie starts at the bottom of the bracket. So Richard, you'll get the first tie, and you can switch it up, but it's up to you which one you want to put through. Well, that is fair. So Lumiere and Cogsworth, moving on. All right. Yeah,
just because the definition of a duo. I mean, I don't consider a love interest a duo.
Yeah, like they're more of a couple, kind of. Yeah. Well, let's see. Up next, we have Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. Going against another Beauty and the Beast one. There you go, Belle and the Beast. I mean, you can consider it duo, you can consider it a love interest, whatever you want. But we'll see what you guys think. So it'll be Richie first. What do you think?
Yeah. I think I like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. I think they were, one of the, their chemistry is like one of the sort of better parts of episode 1. But yeah, I'll switch it up here, and I'll go with Beauty and the Beast this time. I think kind of again sort of iconic, there is an iconic duo. So yeah, I'll go Beauty and the Beast, and the original Beauty and the Beast. No, I mean not necessarily Emma Watson and Dan Stevens. No offense.
Yeah. No, but this one's kind of tough for me because again, you could consider them a couple, Beauty and the Beast, but the thing is they like don't call the movie anything but Beauty and the Beast. That is the title of the movie, so I think that has to count for something. But I do think Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn though are a great duo, like especially for episode 1. I mean, it's just like really, really cool. But I mean, I kind of want to see that Beauty and the Beast matchup. So let's go with Beauty and the Beast, but Belle and the Beast, you could say. So yeah, Richard, what do you think?
I am going Obi-Wan and Kenobi for the main reason I did for the before, and also for the fact that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon have like great chemistry together, whereas Beauty and the Beast, I feel like even though Belle fell in love with the Beast, I think there is some Stockholm syndrome she had been there. She was a prisoner. It's not like she didn't, they weren't a pair by choice. Her hand was forced. So Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
And that's what was the best
thing
about episode 1 was the relationship between Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you think?
Well, this is not the best Star Wars duo. It's not. That, unfortunately, is going to go to Obi-Wan and Anakin. But since that's not on the list here, I gotta go with my instinct. What was the best fight that I've ever seen in Star Wars history? Better than Episode 3. Better than even Rise of Skywalker in the end, and that was pretty cool. No, I'm gonna go with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon because Duel of the Fates trumps although the ballroom scene for this is beautiful, it's romantic, but man, it's not Duel of the Fates.
Yep. Well, it's another tie, I believe. So this time it'll go to Chris. You want to stick with it, or do you want to switch it up?
Goro Ratomo. Yeah, we're sticking with it.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. There's like some of the best music, period, in like any movie. So yeah.
Richard left, by the way.
I think that
He'll come back.
Want to go and see if he can increase the volume.
Okay.
Like maybe he's a little quiet.
Okay.
But we'll keep going. We got Bodhi and Johnny Utah from Point Break going up against Bianca and Bernard from Rescuers Down Under. And this time I'm up first. And I've seen both of these, but it's been a long time for both, except for like if you're counting Rescuers Down Under. I actually did have seen Rescuers Down Under quite a bit. Just the original Rescuers I haven't seen. Like I've only maybe seen it one time, and same with Point Break. But I do think that Bodhi and Johnny Utah, they have a pretty great chemistry in it, and like for me, it's just hard to vote against Keanu Reeves. Like he's a national treasure to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Bodhi and Johnny Utah, and we'll throw up Richard just in time because you'll be the next vote. Hey,
can you hear me better?
Not really, but it's fine. We
I
can
think
hear
I
you
can.
well enough. Yeah, that's
I can
fine.
right now.
Yeah.
God, so the mouse for Rescuers Down Under versus.
Yeah.
I'm going with the mouse
Bodhi and
just
Johnny.
because I love the Rescuers Down Under. It's a very underrated
Yeah.
movie. I mean, I like Point Break. It's a terrible fun movie. Again, I mean, God. You know what? I'm gonna go Point Break. I'm changing my vote. Just give a fun duo. I don't really remember Rescuers as much as I used to as a kid, but I used to love that movie. But again, I think I'm going Point Break.
Yeah. Well, say what you want about the movie. They are a pretty entertaining duo. So, but Chris, who you got?
I can't stand the original Rescuers. I hate it. I've never liked it. That's opening song. Some people love it. I can't stand it. But let me tell you, I grew up watching Rescuers Down Under 47 million times, and it keeps getting funnier every time I see it. And I'm going to be honest, as the movie guy that I am, I've never watched Point Break.
Ooh.
So guess what? Bernard and Miss Bianca. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
So I'm going to make the argument that Bodhi and Johnny Utah are much of a duo because obviously Johnny Utah is trying to take him down the whole time, and and Bodhi is obviously a villain, bit of a dick. So they're not it's not really like a friendship there. I know that's kind of like there's chemistry, but I don't feel like there's not much of a bro, a genuine bromance going there. It's it's more like a hero villain kind of thing going on. So they're not the most I don't know. It's not I wouldn't call them the best duo. Especially considering he kidnaps his girlfriend. That's not a duo. That's not a duo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go the Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, well, duos don't always get along, but I mean that here they're like the hero and the villain, but the other keyword of the night going to be tie because we have another tie. So go to you, Richie. You get the tiebreaker. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll stick to my logic. I'll go Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah. All right. Bernard and Bianca, moving on. Let's see what we got next. We have Ferris Bueller and Cameron Fry going up against Ralph and Vanellope. Ooh, okay. So, and this time we are back under Richard. So you're up first. What you got?
Oh, I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but I just think the chemistry between Ralph and what's the little girl's name?
Vanellope.
Yeah,
Penelope. I think
Vanellope.
Ralph and Penelope have a stronger chemistry, stronger like more humorous moments. Whereas I feel like Ferris Bueller and Cameron with Ferris's girlfriend were like if it was like a comedy trio, it would go to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Ferris Bueller kind of takes the whole personality, and then Cameron's just like there. So I'm going Ralph and Penelope.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Chris, what do you think?
Friends need to know each other. Friends need to know not only how to encourage, but also when to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph nearly destroyed the internet being selfish for his friend. Ferris knew what was best for Cameron, even if Cameron didn't know what is best. That is a true friendship, people. The only mistake that Ferris Bueller went is letting Cameron go on and become the worst captain that the USS Enterprise ever had. Am I crossing my universes again? Anyway, but I think Ferris and Cameron are a far better duo with each other. They're a better friendship. I love Vanellope and Ralph, but Wreck-It Ralph or Ralph Breaks the Internet kind of soiled that for me a little bit. Ralph was being selfish. Ferris was never selfish with Cameron.
Yeah, true. Well, Richie, what do you think?
I hate to be the Austin here, but I'm gonna go Ralph. I'm gonna go Ralph and Vanellope because Ferris is a dick.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, my usual co-host Austin hates Ferris Bueller, so I guess you're on that same page, Richie. Well, yeah, this one's kind of tough for me because, like, I love Wreck-It Ralph. I'm a huge Wreck-It Ralph fan. Like, I went to Disney World this past September to the Halloween party, and they had probably the best parade that I've ever seen before. Like, and both Vanellope and Ralph had their own floats, and like, man, when they come out, like, I'm just like a 12-year-old kid again, just like kind of like fanboying out. Like, I don't know, like it was really, really cool. I got the whole thing on a video, so someday I'll post it on my YouTube channel. But they're great characters, and they are a duo, but I think that they both kind of function pretty well on their own too. And I kind of feel like Ferris and Cameron, you could argue maybe they don't function as well separately. They function way better together, and that friendship is just on point. And yeah, they really pair well together. So I got to go Ferris Bueller and Cameron. So I think we have our first non-tie. So it'll be Ferris Bueller and Cameron. So moving on.
It's a tie.
Is it a tie? Wait.
I vote.
Wait.
You voted for Rick.
What did you vote for?
For Ralph and Penelope.
Oh, for some reason I thought you voted for Ferris Bueller.
No,
Richard. Sorry, that was my bad. So
you might as well because you have the tiebreaker. So just put it there.
Yeah. Either way, Ferris Bueller's going through. I have the tiebreaker, so let's just put it through. Yeah. So so it'll stay. But let's see. We got Jenko and Schmidt from 2122 Jump Street going up against Derek Zoolander and Hansel. Ooh, this one's tough for me. I don't know about you guys, but it'll be Chris first. What do you think?
I don't understand what people see in these 21 Jump Street movies. These were trash. Okay, I watched the original series. The original series was not funny. It was not meant to be funny. This should not be a comedy.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I've never seen Zoolander or Zoolander 2. Never seen it. But I hate the Jump Street movies so bad that on principle I cannot vote for them. So it will have to be Zoolander.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
I like the Jump Street movies.
Yeah.
They're good. You know, it's a good.
You wouldn't if you watched the original show growing up.
I watched some episodes. It's good to have a, good spin on a different genre. I don't know. I don't mind it. Yeah. I like it, and hey, I'm kind of opposite. I mean, I don't hate Zoolander. I just don't have the affinity for it as other people do. And I think the chemistry between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, and the character Jenko and Schmidt definitely gave Channing Tatum's career a boost in the right direction. So I will go Jenko and Schmidt.
Yeah, you guys weren't hearing any music just then, were you? Because I got some music on my end. That was weird. Maybe
there might be there's a TV in the background on my end, but
no, I was hearing like loud music in my earbuds. But my earbuds also have like these touch controls. If you like bump them in any way, anything you have open in the background, like on your computer, will just start playing. So that's probably what it was. But so what did you vote for, Richie? I didn't even hear it.
Jenko and Schmidt.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this one's like probably the toughest one for me because I actually love the 21 and 22 Jump Street movie. I think they're hilarious. Like, I mean, I kind of feel like you can make something different. I mean, like I think that it worked. Maybe you didn't have to call it Jump Street, but I think that it gave it some credit for people to go want to go check out. But yeah, Zoolander and Hansel though, like, so I'm such a big fan of the Zoolander movies that me and my best friend, when Zoolander 2 came out, we dressed up as the characters. I was working in a movie theater at the time to go see Zoolander 2, and that was a big letdown because that movie sucked. But the first one is amazing. These characters are amazing. We dressed up like to the point where I got my hair actually dyed black and I got it styled exactly like Derek Zoolander. I got this sparkly zebra print suit that I wore, and then he had a blonde wig and like the whole scooter and everything. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I think I just got to edge it out to Zoolander and Hansel. I think so. Yeah. So. Oh, it's all right. Richard, what do you think?
Okay, well, I loved the 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street movies. I loved the first Zoolander, hated the second Zoolander.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basing this on the duo compatibility. I think Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller's best duo was Starsky and Hutch over Zoolander. And I think part of the duo is what each character gives or takes with each other. Zoolander's characters they're both dumb, whereas Jenko and Schmidt, one is intelligent, one is strength. They give confidence to each other. They balance each other out. So that's why I'm choosing a 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street, Jenko and Schmidt.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna continue with the trend of ties tonight. So it's back down to you, Richard. So
move the Jump Street up.
Want to keep it? All right. Jump Street it is, which I'm not mad about. I actually really like those movies. So. Let's see. Next up, we have Bad Boys, Mike Lowry and Marcus going up against Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. All right. So it'll be Richie first. So what you got?
Yeah. I'm not really a Western guy, so I haven't really, grew up with it, so I haven't really seen Butch Cassidy in it because I'm Sundance Kid. And I like Bad Boys. I like Bad Boys 1, and I like all of them really. And I like saying Mike Lowry. So
yeah, Lowry. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Mike Lowry and Marcus.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's interesting because for an actual duo, I actually like Mike Lowry and Marcus, but I'm not a big fan of the overall movies themselves. I think that there's just way too much Michael Bay in it, and it's just like way too many, I don't know, close-up of boobs and butts and explosions and weird stylized things. But it sounds like we're probably even getting another Bad Boys. So, I mean, I don't hate them. I just don't really like them that much. So, not the worst movies, but and then Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, I haven't seen it, so I need to see it, but Robert Redford and Paul Newman are like two of the like greatest actors in And yeah, they appeared in several movies together. It's just hard to judge it because I haven't seen it, so I think I got to go with Mike Lowry and Marcus. So, Richard, what do you think?
I am choosing Mike Lowry and Marcus because I haven't seen Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and I mean people wanted Bad Boys 3, they wanted Bad Boys 4 because of the chemistry that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have together. So going with Bad Boys. What you gonna do?
Yeah, this fourth one is the one they should have called Bad Boys for Life. I don't know what they're doing with the third, but Chris, what do you think?
I'm very hurt by this decision of the panel here. You're comparing movies that have a lot of bang, but no buck. And yet Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid won 4 Oscars. 4 Oscars. When you think Western duos, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is one of the first things you think of. And it's Newman Redford. It's like, honestly, today it's like seeing Clooney and Pitt, or like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Like, it just goes together, and it is such a perfect Western. It's a great gangster film, and you know what? I love Will Smith, and I can't though. I just can't do it. No amount of Fruitylicious, Bubblicious gum or whatever he was asking for could save this duo. And so if I'm the only vote here, I'm going to be the voice of reason and vote for Newman Redford as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Well, I think it's just a lack of, like, we need to watch more classic movies probably, but but yeah, it'll be Mike Lowry and Marcus. Moving on. Let's see what we got next. We got Harold and Kumar going up against Napoleon and Pedro Sanchez. So, okay. And it's me first. Shit, this is the hardest one for me because you know me, I live in Idaho. I live 1 hour away from where Napoleon Dynamite was filmed, and I actually met the director Jared Hess before he made it big. I've been to his house in Preston, Idaho, and my cousins used to live there, and my cousin's actually in this movie. So he's just an extra, but he does have a close-up of himself eating a hard-boiled egg in the scene, which is cool. But yeah, this one's tough, man. I just want to go with like some originality and just like some kind of off the wall, because I love a weird off the wall, strange humor. That's the kind of stuff that I find most funny. So I'm gonna go with Napoleon and Pedro. So vote for Pedro. You guys just follow what that shirt says and vote for Pedro. Richard.
This is hard. They're both great duos in their own way. So my vote is based on rewatchability, and I'm going with Harold and Kumar. I have to be in a certain mood to watch Napoleon Dynamite. I enjoyed Napoleon Dynamite, but it's not as rewatchable as the Harold and Kumar movies is for me. Even though like some of the movies, like the third movie was okay, but the first two were really good. So that is my reason, because it's really hard to pick between these two.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but Chris, what do you think?
Man, Harold and Kumar is great. But one of the things I love about Harold and Kumar is it's just irreverent humor. It's awesome and amazing. But it took them 3 movies. Movies. Napoleon and Pedro holds a special place in my heart because, first of all, looking at me, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm convinced that the writers stole my image, and I am still waiting for my residuals on that.
Yeah, right.
Please. And if you look at my high school pictures, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But to quote the great Napoleon Dynamite, what are you gonna do today, Napoleon? Whatever I feel like I want to do. Gosh. Napoleon and Pedro.
It's a pretty good impression, yeah.
Told you they stole my image. I'm waiting for residuals.
Yeah. Well, Richie, don't be a freaking idiot.
I just don't get Napoleon Dynamite. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. I like what you like. That's cool. I was just not a fan, and I'm still look, I look. There's aspects of it I liked, but I'm still mad at Jared Hess for, killing 90 minutes of my life with Masterminds. So,
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar.
Well, I don't mind Masterminds. I think that movie's all right. I'm not gonna say it's great, but we got another tie, so it goes to Chris. So what's it gonna be?
Yes.
Go eat your dinner, Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't hate this choice.
You,
Like, it was
you,
just a tough
you
call.
fat lard, go eat some ham.
Gosh,
To be fair,
Yeah.
it's from 3 movies.
you're
so
just
that
jealous
makes 3
because
movies.
I'm online talking to hot babes all day.
Yeah.
I love those too. You know what? Honorable
day,
mention.
yes.
I love honorable mention to Napoleon and Kip. I love those two too.
Oh
I would've
yeah.
been okay with
Yeah,
that.
Napoleon Kip. You used to have a Kip shirt that said, "Don't you realize that I've been training to become a cage fighter?" And he has like the two sides.
Yeah.
But up next we got Weirdrick and Joyce. I think that's the name from Central Intelligence. Weirdrich and Joyce. Bumping into Captain America and Bucky. So, and this time I believe it always throws me off after the tiebreaker, but I believe are we back down to Richard? We'll go with that.
Okay.
What do you got?
I'm choosing Captain America and Bucky. I'm an MCU guy, but when it comes to Central Intelligence, I enjoy the two together. But they've done so many movies together, and it's Kevin Hart's always playing the same type of character. He's always angry, and he always talks about his
Yeah.
life. Whereas Steve and Sam are so great together. They're a really good pair. They do a tie for each other. They're best friends. They're brothers. Steve and Sam, Captain America and Falcon. I mean, we're in
Yeah. Yep. Chris, what do you think?
I don't think The Rock would do a damn thing to save Kevin Hart, while Captain America risked an international incident to go save his best buddy. Rock, what you got?
Yep.
No, I mean, this is a relationship that spanned over 80 years through ice and changes and and you know what? One of the best movies, period, in the last 20 years has been Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that even though they were adversaries at that point, you saw the relationship in there, and then what he was willing to go through in Civil War to make it work is awesome. And although Cap and Bucky's on here, I'm surprised Cap and Falcon and Bucky weren't on here. That surprised me.
Yeah, we did choose one or the other. So,
But yeah, I mean, I could do this all day. That's America's ass, and I'm gonna go with America's ass and America's right arm.
Captain America: First Adventure is an underrated film. I love that movie.
It is.
True.
Yep.
It's true. They're great in that too.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can put The Rock. Rock and Kevin Hart have good chemistry. We know this, but yeah, it's kind of like I feel like it's played out at this point. I was probably they have probably utilized one of the best. I like Central Intelligence. I think it's probably utilized best. Or you can argue all Jumanji, but they have really good chemistry here. But yeah, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known those characters until unless I looked at the the name of the characters, unless I looked at those names. But yeah, I mean it's got to be Captain America and Bucky here. It's sort of I don't know. I don't feel like it's much of a contest. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Like it's not really much of a contest. Yeah, it's got to be Cap and Bucky to the end of the line. I mean, there's like so many sayings that they have, and like, honestly, at this point, like I'd like to see like a good 2-year break before we get another Kevin Hart comedy, because I feel like we're just getting them so often. There's another one coming out. Like I just saw the trailer for it, and it's just like we need a little break before we get back into, because he is funny. We're just getting oversaturated with him.
Well, they're making another Jumanji movie too. So.
Yeah, making another one of those. So it's just like he's never gonna stop. So until he's like too old to do it. But yeah, I think I had to go with Cap and Bucky pretty easily here. So yeah, Cap and Bucky. Moving on. All right, we got Dexter and Ed Good Burger. going up against Romeo and Juliet from the Romeo plus Juliet or whatever you want to call it. So, Chris, you're up first.
Are you kidding me? All right. I got to give a little context, guys. I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher. Take a guess what Shakespeare play I'm teaching my freshmen right now.
Ooh.
The Tempest.
Let me. Yeah, I
Comedy of
wish.
Errors.
Hamlet.
Well, my seniors are getting Hamlet.
Yeah.
My freshmen, unfortunately, have Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I absolutely despise this specific pairing from this movie. And let me tell you how much I hate Romeo and Juliet. They're impetuous kids. They're teenagers. They're not that interesting. They just make stupid choices for stupid reasons, which they're teenagers. So you're asking me to compare teenagers to teenagers that were actually funny, that were actually entertaining. I grew up with all that. I like Good Burger, as crazy stupid as it is, but at least the stupid choices they were didn't get freaking people killed. So we're going to go with Dexter and Ed because Romeo and Juliet are a bunch of morons.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
So you're going with Dexter and Ed, Chris?
Yes. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Okay, cool.
I'm totally sure about it.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I like this. I actually like this. I like Romeo plus Juliet. It's good. I'm hit or miss with Baz Luhrmann, but I like this bit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Why not? I guess nostalgia because I like Keenan and Kel. I liked all that. So yeah, I'll go Good Burger. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I do like this version of Romeo and Juliet for just having a little bit of a different take on it, the modern stuff, like when they draw thy sword and then it's a gun that just says sword on it, or like different things like that. And actually, the funny thing is they showed this version of the movie in my English class, my freshman English class. They actually showed it to us. I don't know. They just wanted to entertain. Probably
your teacher should have been fired.
Yeah, they weren't going for any real accuracy there, but we're just having fun. But yeah, Dexter and Ed from Good Burger. Yeah, they're iconic. Like, I mean, how many of us want to see a sequel to this? Like, I think that'd be great. Even though they're older, they could still pull it off. And we recently got an SNL sketch where they reunited, so that was cool. So yeah, I got to go with Dexter and Ed here. So, Richard, what do you think?
As someone else who also grew up with all that, Snick was one of my favorite things as a kid. You know, Clarissa Explains It All that, Ren and Stimpy, Are You Afraid of the Dark? So I'm a dude.
Yes.
He's a dude. She's a dude. So we're all dudes. Hey, Good Burger for the win.
Yeah.
Should we all toast an orange soda in honor?
Yeah, we need an orange soda here. Yeah. Because when they did that SNL sketch, Ed goes
Also,
right for the orange soda. That was awesome.
Funny thing is, the original Romeo and Juliet is so much better than this movie. Even though I love Leonardo DiCaprio in any movie, he was great in this film. Even though,
yeah, like even when the film's not that great, like Leo's still pretty good. So yeah, it'll be Dexter and Ed. And moving on. Let's see. Up next, we have Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket.
You got that version,
the live action one. Yeah, that's what Malcolm chose instead of the like animated one, but that's fine. Going to Rocket and Groot. So so you can just stare at that creepy image. But yeah, so it'll be Richie first. So what do you?
All right, but do they represent those characters as a whole?
Just the characters as a whole. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna forget. Yeah, but okay, those characters as a whole is a bit different. Man, that movie's ugly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
CGI in that movie does not work. Yeah. As a duo, I guess, Pinocchio, terrific work. I like the original is a great movie, but yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, and I'm gonna go Rocket and Groot here. I think they're amazing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the chemistry is amazing. I'm afraid that Rocket's probably going to eat it in Volume 3, so we can't probably, we're going to savor it while we can. So yeah, I'm going to go Rocket and Groot.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket from Disney, like those characters, like not the live action, but the animated one. But like I still have some PTSD because I saw the Roberto Benigni Pinocchio, and that gave me like literal nightmares. That movie is like pure nightmare fuel. Then we had the one from Guillermo del Toro, and like I was still suffering from PTSD, so I probably didn't really enjoy it like everybody else did. I couldn't even finish it. I'm just like, oh, no, it's not for me. But like I just like the Disney story more than like what's in like public domain or whatever. Because in the Guillermo del Toro one, like Pinocchio's kind of a dick. Like he just does what he wants and like doesn't care. So and also so is Geppetto sort of. So I don't know, but he's going through a lot. He lost his son. So but yeah, Rocket and Groot though, like these characters are like made for each other. Like the way that Rocket just rides on his shoulder there, and like yeah, this next movie we're gonna be in for an emotional roller coaster. I feel like, and yeah, but I think that they're just so much fun together. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rocket and Groot. Richard, what do you think?
I am also going with Rocket and Groot. I love the original animated Pinocchio. The thing is, when it comes to duos, there needs to be a give and take. Rocket and Groot work so well. They give and take to each other. They bounce off. I mean, Groot only says 3 words the whole movie, and you feel like you understand what he's saying. Pinocchio's the biggest idiot in the world. He doesn't give anything to Jiminy. He doesn't listen to Jiminy. He should have gone in the wood chipper. But he's useless, basically.
Yeah.
He's just lucked his way to being a real boy. So Rocket and Groot. As much as I love Pinocchio, it's Rocket and Groot.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Chris,
I'd like to defer my decision to my very good friend here.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, Groot. Who should we go for?
I am Groot. Yeah.
I can't disagree with Lego Groot here. I mean,
well, I've got mine here too. I got the baby and the adult.
Yeah, but did you build yours? Did you build yours?
No, I didn't.
Built mine.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, I got going Rocket and Groot.
Yeah. So, but I still need to get a Rocket Raccoon, but so it'll be a Rocket and Groot. Let's see. Up next, we have Han Solo and Chewie.
Move along. We know where this is going.
Oh,
come on. Really? So. Listen, I feel bad for Sven at this point. I feel bad for that's not fair.
Yeah, it's not. But like we might know where it's going, but we can kind of go around the panel. And I'm first, and yeah, like this is easily Han Solo and Chewie for me. I'm not even a fan of the movie Frozen. I actually like hate these movies. Like I just like they're not for me. They're for when I worked at a theater. All the little 5-year-old girls that came to the theater and were like screaming and like wearing their little princess dress, and it's great for them, but not for me. So yeah, I got to go Han Solo and Chewie. Richard.
I didn't watch Frozen until about 3 to 4 years after that movie came out because of all the overhype. As someone who got his degree in theater, everyone talked about Frozen, and it was a good movie, but no one beats out Han Solo and Chewie in this round. Like, if anyone votes for Frozen, you're lying.
Yeah, you're on another plane here. Yeah, but Chris, what do you think?
Do you know what? They're not even a freaking duo, okay? He provides the voice for his own friend. Like it's crazy. How do you go against? Hell yeah,
yeah.
You know, like and listen. Would Sven ever go if Kristoff ever died? No. Han Solo died, and Chewie was like,
yeah.
That's my buddy right there. And hey, he got his medal. Han and Chewie for the win.
Yep. He got his medal. Yep, he eventually did. But Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not a Frozen guy. Look, I catch bits and pieces on it when if like I'm at friends' kids' houses and they inevitably have it on.
Yep.
And yeah, but yeah, it's Han and Chewie. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not gonna attempt to sound. My brother can do it 10 times better than me. I should have him on, but yeah. But it'll be Han and Chewie. Pretty easy there. All right, we got Mulder and Scully, which they do have movies, so they're there. But up against Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
It's sort of a similar matchup. Yeah, they tend to, in a way. So yeah, both these.
Yeah, we debated whether or not to go with Snoopy and Woodstock, maybe, but we went with Charlie Brown. So, but it'll be Richard first. So, who you got?
This is tough. I do like the X-Files. Yeah, but the Peanuts growing up was so historic. God, it's such a weird pairing. It should have been Snoopy and Woodstock, honestly.
Yeah, it could have been.
I mean, I'm gonna go Mulder and Scully just because they actually give and take from each other. It's not even clear. If Snoopy wins, I get it. But I mean, I'm just going with Mulder and Scully just because you get more off those duos than you do Charlie Brown and Snoopy, where it's just Charlie Brown being depressed all the time.
Yep. Yep.
Again, I don't mind if the Peanuts goes forward. It's a tough one.
Yeah. Well. The good thing we don't have one of my other co-hosts, Chris Scott, on here. He's like a Peanuts fanatic. He's like, freak if Peanuts didn't move on. But Chris, what do you think here?
Two really crappy movies versus 5 movies, 4 of which nobody but me has ever heard of. But you know what? Listen.
I don't base it on movies. I'm basing it on the duos.
Yeah, I don't care. I watched the X-Files and those movies sucked. Look, are you wanting to say that the relationship and the clearly forced sexual tension between Mulder and Scully trumps the innocent boyhood relationship between he and his dog? No, sir. I'm not going to question a man and his dog. Absolutely not. And there is no dog more iconic than Snoopy, sir. Charlie Brown and Snoopy all the way.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
I believe there's another dog that would, kind of vie for that argument, and his name's Air Bud. No, just kidding.
Yeah, Air Bud.
There's no contest of it. I'm just being silly. I'd probably have to tend to agree. Yeah, I mean Mulder and Scully, I still just see them more as a TV kind of duo. If it was doing TV duos, I would probably kind of but I know they did 2 movies, but I guess because Charlie Brown and Snoopy are in more movies, and they're an iconic duo throughout media, and so I will go Peanuts, Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Yeah. Yeah, like I am a huge X-Files fan. I love the X-Files. These movies though, like I enjoyed the first one. I thought it was good. But the second one not so much. And then I'm a big fan of the TV show though. Like I actually I've been considering doing some rewatches and like doing even like an X-Files like show of some sort on this channel. I've debated it several times. I'm not big of a fan, but I just don't know yet. I don't know if people would be really interested in that, but yeah, I think here though it's got to be Charlie Brown and Snoopy though. Like I think the Mulder and Scully, they kind of strike me as a little more TV-ish. If we're going to be nitpicky about it, so because they do have movies, but yeah, Peanuts movies, like the Charlie Brown Christmas, Thanksgiving. All those movies are really great and nostalgic. So yeah, I'll go with Charlie Brown and Snoopy. So
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like again, like I always thought it would be Snoopy and Woodstock, or at least Charlie Brown and Linus.
oh yeah, and mine. So, yeah, true. Well, Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Moving on. Up next we have Steve Hiller and David Levinson, Independence Day, and then we got Lilo and Stitch. So, and it'll be Chris first.
Ohana means family. That's all. That's all I need. Because the reality is, I love Independence Day, but these two only work together at the last moment, and they're so awkward together. Lilo and Stitch have a chemistry that not only spanned a feature film, but a bunch of direct-to-videos, a long-running series, and let me tell you, Mickey Mouse, number one, is Disney's iconic character. Number two, Donald Duck. And this is true. This is absolutely true. But number three, rated among guests, is Stitch. And the chemistry between these two is beautiful. They work well together. They're a little cynical, a little dark, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
And we're also getting a live action Lilo and Stitch. That's true. That's
really
Stitch
no one
live
asked
action.
for that. No one asked for that.
No,
Stitch live action might be
Not
fucking
me.
terrifying.
Yeah. Enough with the Disney live action remakes already. Seriously.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Chris here. They don't team in Independence Day, they don't too much at the end, and yeah, they're not really kind of seen as a duo. So yeah, and then you can't with Lilo and Stitch kind of sort of one out the other. They're iconic. I think they should go far in this tournament actually, and I think Lilo and Stitch is delightful. I think it's one of the better Disney films. So, and that's saying something. So I'm gonna go Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually not a big Lilo and Stitch fan, but I do think that they're a much better duo though. Like the movie's called Lilo and Stitch, and the whole thing focuses on their relationship, and it's really great. And Steve Hiller and David Levinson, you don't really think of them really together until the end of the movie, and they're just kind of put together, and it's a little bit awkward. So I think I got to go with Lilo and Stitch here. Richard. Yeah. Yep. Lilo and Stitch. All right. Let's see what else we got here. We got Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde's Zootopia against the Odd Couple, Felix and Oscar. So, all right. So this time it'll be Richie first, if he's there.
I haven't seen the Odd Couple, so I really wanted to. So I'll get around to it eventually. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. They eventually become a good duo. I mean, it's been the majority of the movie bickering, but I do love the Zootopia, and I'm excited that we're finally getting a sequel. So I'll go Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde.
Yeah. This one's interesting because I haven't seen this version of the Odd Couple, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I vaguely saw wasn't there a newer version with Thomas Lennon or something?
It was a TV show, Thomas Lennon and Matthew Perry.
Yeah, but that's a TV show, and we're strictly going movies here, and I think Zootopia is fun. I mean, it's nothing I go crazy for, but it's fun, especially those sloths. That's my favorite part. But Judy and Hopps, they probably work a little more for me, and I'm more familiar with them. So I'll go with Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Richard?
I'm actually going with Felix. I'm going with the Odd Couple. I saw the original.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The chemistry is on point. I like Judy Hopps, Nick Wilder, but if you know what the theme is of Zootopia, it gets kind of annoying. I love Zootopia, but after you realize what the theme's about, you really get distracted with the theme. Whereas I think the Odd Couple, their pairing is fantastic. I'm going with the Odd Couple.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you think?
I'm tended to agree with the Odd Couple, mainly because this really cemented Lemon Mathau as a duo. And I can't help but, no matter the movie that those two are in, whether it's Grumpy Old Men or Out to Sea or whatever it was that they were together, they hit it. But this movie is what cemented that. This solidified it. And while I don't mind Judy and Nick, there is some tension that's in there, some adversarial tension. Now, while there's adversarial tension between Mathau and Lemon in The Odd Couple, at the heart of their relationship, they are friends. They are Bert and Ernie. They are best of friends, even though they're very different. And that's what makes their relationship so perfect for each other, and why it went on to recreate. It would not be successful if it wasn't for these two. So Felix and Oscar for me.
Yeah. Well, with that, we got another tie, and this time the tiebreaker goes to Richie. So,
Even though I haven't seen it, you sort of convinced me on The Odd Couple, so I'm going to change my vote.
Yeah. So the Odd Couple. All right. All right. Moving on, which is fine by me. I'm not strong either way. So, next up we have the Heat. So it's Ashburn and Mullins, I think. And going up against Harry Lockhart and Gary Perry. So that's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So, yeah. So this time it'll be me first, I believe. And yeah, I've actually never seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, so I can't really comment on that. But I actually really love the Heat. Like it may be my favorite Paul Feig movie. I mean, Spy is pretty good, but I mean, I am a big fan because when Melissa McCarthy does movies where her husband's not directing, she's actually pretty good. So just like don't have your husband direct so much, or maybe at all. But so yeah, I'll go with Ashburn and Mullins. Sure. Richard?
I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm going with that one. It's a great pairing.
Yeah. Chris?
Gosh, I've never seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So just by default, to make this easy, I'll go with the Heat.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie?
I like both these movies quite a bit. Yeah, I think the Heat is sort of underrated a bit. I think I like it a lot. I think that the chemistry between Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy is actually pretty good. Wouldn't mind seeing a sequel or something, but I don't know if it made enough money to justify it. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I do like it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're both similar in that they spend both these sort of duos spend most of the movie kind of not liking each other. So
Yeah.
It's sort of what's kind of I don't know. I'll go the Heat.
Yeah. So it'll be the Heat. Moving on. All right. Let's see, and that'll be the end of that side. All right. So
Make a good time.
Decent time. Yeah. So we only got
We've got only four of us. That makes sense, but
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Now my computer wants to freeze on me. Don't do that. Gotta zoom it out. Maybe is that the issue? Hold up, guys. It's not scrolling over. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. I'll zoom it back in once we get there. And I might see a couple here, but that's fine. And I'll zoom it back in. So we got Fred and Barney because they had for those Flintstones movies, and Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King. So there we go. So we are back down to Richard. So who you got here?
I love the first Flintstones movie, and if you were if we were allowed to bring in the TV aspects, I probably would have voted for the Flintstones. But Timon and Pumbaa are such an iconic pair. I think, they're one of the big reasons why the first Lion King was amazing.
Hold up. There you
They
go.
got their own spin-off show, animated show. I gotta go Timon and Pumbaa. I'm not talking about the live action, but I'm going with.
Yeah, which I think that's what the graphics from is from the TV show. But Chris, what do you think?
All right. Timon and Pumbaa are great. They absolutely are great. I mean, they are the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of that story, and they are entertaining. And they managed to spin off to not only their own TV series, but their own direct-to-video movie. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm going to do something very unpopular here. I love this iteration of Fred and Barney, not the sequel.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk prequel, whatever that crap was.
Yeah.
These guys actually, when I think of Fred and Barney now, not just the original cartoon, but like John Goodman and Rick Moranis did such a good job of encapsulating that relationship. Even though they were contentious at times, they truly were a duo with each other. I get irritated sometimes with Pumbaa and Timon. I really do. I find the relationship to be between Fred and Barney to be genuine. And if I'm the only one here, fine. But Fred and Barney for me.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, both these are similar in a way. I mean, I think Fred and Barney, are great. It's obviously they have to go up against each other. Because I think Fred and Barney's relationship is great in the TV show, and yeah, I mean, movies aren't wonderful, but I think the chemistry is still there. I even have a soft spot for Viva Rock Vegas. I think performances are good from John Addy and Stephen Baldwin, and I think the chemistry's there. I think they're a great duo. But I like Timon and Pumbaa, and with Lion King, and obviously like the sequels, and even the TV series, I thought was awesome. I love the Timon and Pumbaa TV series. So by a hair, I'm going to go Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's pretty easily at Timon and Pumbaa because, their chemistry just so good. It's just great. I know Nathan Lane. I always forget the guy that voices Pumbaa, but they're great together. They're and yeah, just trying to distract the hyenas, and you got Timon in the hula skirt doing the little song, and yeah, they're just play off of each other just back to back. I mean, Hakuna Matata. I mean, let's go with Timon and Pumbaa. So.
If I was listening on the TV shows, I would have voted for Fred and Barney. Just like Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, but it'll be Timon and Pumbaa. Moving on. All right. So let's see. We got Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. I mean, they've had multiple iterations. It's not just that one, but and then Romeo and Michelle and their high school reunion. So and it'll be Chris first. So.
That version of Tom and Huck sucked. Romeo and Michelle.
Yeah. Yep. Richie.
I mean, I think it's important to sort of view them as a whole. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Malcolm used that version to represent them, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm reviewing, if I'm viewing them as a whole, then yes. While Romeo and Michelle is, kind of, got cult status, it's a fun movie. I think Tom and Tom and Huck are the more sort of iconic duo. So I'm going to go Tom and Huck.
Yeah, I actually do like both these movies, and I even like almost a better movie I grew up with was the Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. I think it's called with Elijah Wood. So I kind of like that one too. But for Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, I think I'm due for a rewatch because I remember seeing it. I remember loving it when it came out. I think that Lisa Kudrow and Mira Sorvino, that they worked really well together. It was a lot of fun. So I think I'm gonna go with Romeo and Michelle. Yeah. Richard, what do you think?
I also love both these movies. The difference is one movie, both the characters are stronger when they're by themselves, whereas Romeo and Michelle, they only work as a duo. So that's why I'm picking Romeo and Michelle, because they're the definition of a duo. Whereas Tom Sawyer is better when it's just Tom Sawyer. Huck Finn is better when he's just Huck Finn alone. So that is my choice, Romeo and Michelle.
Yeah, sounds good. So it'll be Romeo and Michelle. All right. Let's see. We have Lee and Carter from Rush Hour going up against Dirk Diggler and Reed Rothschild from Boogie Nights. So, and I believe that it's me first. So, or actually, no. It is Richie first. I don't want to skip you. So.
Okay, cool. I haven't actually seen Boogie Nights yet, and Rush Hour was one of, I think, my favorite sort of action comedies growing up. I love Rush Hour 1 and 2, 3 not so much. Not sure if they're going to make a fourth one. It's on and off, for years now. Just work out if you're going to make it or not, and just move on.
Yeah.
And I think Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker's chemistry is great. It's amazing, and they're in real life they're close friends, and you can tell that. Yeah, and I think it really makes the movie. Even though obviously they spend the whole movie getting on each other's nerves, but I think that's kind of what makes a great buddy cop sort of film. And it kind of works. So I'm gonna go Lee and Carter here.
Yeah, and for Boogie Nights, I watched 1.5 movies for this. I didn't quite have enough time, but the half one that I saw was Boogie Nights. So I'm halfway through it. I haven't seen all of it for the first time, and like even halfway through, they're kind of just getting to where they're like they're showing more their friendship or like their relationship together kind of thing, and so like I'm still kind of figuring that out, but with Rush Hour though, yeah, I'll watch these two do anything together. They're just great. They're so much fun, and some of my favorite moments are just them just screaming each other's names, like shoot him, Lee, shoot him, or like Kata YLA, and yeah, just those two just going back and forth. I think that they have great chemistry, that great comedic timing, and then also getting Chris Tucker to do more of the stunt work too. Like I'm sure he probably learned a lot from Jackie Chan making these movies. So yeah, I got to go with Agent Lee and Carter. So Richard, what do you think?
I have not seen Boogie Nights. I love Rush Hour. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yep.
I'm going Lee and Carter.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say?
I'd like to point out that from the very beginning, I have always understood the words that are coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think Chris Tucker's an idiot. But that being said, I like the chemistry between them. They're funny. Rumors are we're getting a fourth Rush Hour, so yeah.
Hopefully.
I'd be happy to watch another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lee and Carter.
Yeah. All right. Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan move on. Let's see. We got Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock going up against Mills and Summer set from 7. So, yeah. So it will be me first, and man, this one's interesting. Like, I just feel like Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, they have like a friendship that goes deep. It freaking runs deep in it, and even though they do butt heads from time to time, I feel like like they're almost like family. Like they just just have a love and a mutual respect for each other, and I think that it's great. And Seven is a great movie overall, and Mills and Somerset are a really great duo when they're paired up together. But I kind of feel like they're like, if I remember right, that they're just paired up for this case. But yeah, I think I got to go with Kirk and Spock. I mean, want to throw iconic? There's an iconic duo right there for you. So, Richard, what do you think?
Kirk and Spock, no contest.
Yep, yep, easy. Chris.
Gentlemen, in my classroom above my desk is a very large United Federation of Planets flag. Please tell me which one you think I'm choosing.
Yeah.
Kirk and Spock.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah. Look, I'm probably more of a Seven guy than, Star Trek. I love Seven. But yeah, like the topic is, best duos. I can't kind of ignore that. They're probably the better duo in this case, more iconic duo is Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. So I will go there.
Yeah.
What's in the box? Defeat.
Yeah, and I will add, I think Seven might be a better movie than almost every movie from the original series, but the better duo, hands down, Captain Kirk and Spock. So. Yeah, that one is. It does stand out above the rest. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We got the Green Hornet and Kato going up against
just a quick pause. Tom Sizemore passed away.
Oh shit!
Oh, really? Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Brain aneurysm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Sorry to break it down, but I was like, whoa.
I heard something that he wasn't doing that well. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Shout out to Tom Sizemore. I mean, he had some ups and downs in his life, but we all do. So, but yeah, that's sad news. But for this one, Green Hornet and Kato and Tyler Durden and the narrator. So, and it is Chris first.
Okay. Number one, I call foul because if you've ever seen Fight Club, you damn well know that is not a duo.
You're about to break it.
I don't give a damn about the rules. You broke they're not. No.
It's a meta duo.
By default, that is a crime. They are the same person and you damn well know it. But how dare you put it up against this shitty, crappy, horrible movie that I paid money for to see. I grew up watching reruns. It was only one season, but I watched reruns of the Green Hornet. I loved Green Hornet. I fucking bled Green Hornet when I was a kid. Kids were like, I'm going to be Superman. I'm going to be Batman. I'm going to be the Green Hornet. Who the hell are you? I love this. And you put it up against a technically inaccurate thing here. I can't do it. And so by default, Britt Reed gets a pass and the Green Hornet wins because I don't care what you're saying. Tyler Durden and the narrator are one and the same. Does not count on this. Expo facto, y'all had better vote Green Hornet.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
I hate to. Yeah, that was where I was going. I don't want to vote for the Green Hornet. That movie sucks. But yes, Tyler Durden and the narrator are the same guy. It's not a duo. It's just about.
Is Two-Face on this list? Is Two-Face on this list?
No,
I want to know now.
So yeah, Green Hornet and Kato.
No, we don't have Two-Face. We don't have the guy from Split. We don't have others. Multiple people. Yeah, but this one's interesting because I'm pretty recent to Fight Club. I only saw it maybe about like maybe 2 years ago, and I felt that time the twist was never spoiled for me, so that made it nice. So I actually didn't see it coming. So, but And I just like that there's something kind of different. I like to call it almost like a meta duo because he's a duo unto himself almost. So I think for that reason, I'm actually going to vote Fight Club because I don't really like Green Hornet. I like Seth Rogen. I mean, but the movie overall, I don't like. So I'll go with Fight Club. Actually,
Jordan, I'm an English teacher. I need to teach you the definition of duo right now.
Yeah. Well, do you see two people there? You see them. You see two.
Just because you see two people doesn't mean it's two people.
Yeah. Right.
Save us, Richard, from this insanity.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to save you because Fight Club. Because let's face it, Tyler punching himself in the face, talking to himself was a better better duo than fucking Green Hornet and Kato in this fucking trash film of a movie. And you're taking away from people with multiple personality disorders because they are different personalities. They are completely two different people within their mind. Medically, it's been proven that. And you saying that it's only one person is disrespectful to people with that medical condition. Besides, Green Hornet and Kato fucking was trash in that film.
Yeah.
Also, I love the original TV series. If we were doing the TV series, it would have been Green Hornet and Kato.
Oh, thank you. Somebody else watched the original TV series. I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah. Well, I think I know where it's going to. Maybe because it is a tie, and Richard, you have the tiebreaker. So what's it going to be?
Fight Club.
Fight Club moving on.
Did everyone a justice.
First of all, I'd like to point out that it is politically incorrect now to call it multiple personality disorder.
I forgot what it's.
Actually, I gotta say, Moon Knight, no joke, like Moon Knight did a good job with this idea. Moon Knight did a really good job with this idea.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's see, we got Tarzan and Jane.
It did actually, DID. That's the
going up against Chip and Dale. So so this time I believe that it's Chris first. So.
I don't think Tarzan and Jane are that good together. I really don't. And actually, I'll be honest, I would have had Tarzan and Turk. That might have made more sense to me. Jane doesn't do enough in this. It doesn't. And Chip and Dale are iconic together. And that movie is a really good movie. It's a really good movie to go with it. Really Tarzan is not a bad movie, but it has its ups and downs. And I don't buy the relationship between Tarzan and Jane. I buy the brother relationship between Chip and Dale. Even though it's fractured, they come back together. I'm going to go Chip and Dale.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Like I don't know. I'm sort of leaning towards Tarzan and Jane because I feel like they're more known as a movie duo. I mean, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. I think that's sort of the first foray into sort of your movies. Even though that's a really good movie. I don't mind this Disney Tarzan. It's pretty good. I mean, I think people when they think of that movie, they just think of the Phil Collins song, but like it's maybe beyond that. But and then like I don't know, like and he's had hit and misses here and there, but I just think he's more prevalent in the world of film. So I'm gonna go Tarzan and Jane.
Yeah, well, this one's interesting for me because like speaking of going to Disney World recently, like you walk around Disney World, you'll see Chip, you'll see Dale, you'll see them separate sometimes, but every time that you see him, the first question you want to ask is, "Hey Chip, where's Dale?" Or "Hey Dale, where's Chip?" Like these two belong together, and it feels odd when they're not together. Like they just feels weird. Like they're just meant to be together. And I saw that a dude walking around playing Tarzan, and nobody going up to him and saying, "Hey Tarzan, where's Jane?" Like no one's asking him that. So I think that the Chip and Dale are the more iconic duo here, and also the better movie. I actually loved the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers because, like, not only is it nostalgia, like they made a great hybrid live action animated movie. So yeah, I will vote for Chip and Dale. Richard.
Sometimes some crime through the tracks. My pick is easy.
Yep. Yeah, it makes it easy.
Nostalgia.
Yep. Chris, What do you think?
I already said Chip and Dale.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were first. Okay.
Do I get another vote? Chip and Dale.
Well, either way, it'll be Chip and Dale. They're going through. So yeah. Oh, you're supposed to go first last time? Is that what it was?
Are we
Well, you can go
losing
first
track?
this time. We'll let you go first. We got Legolas and Gimli from Lord of the Rings going up against Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy from Amazing Spider-Man. So, Richard, you can go first this time. So, who you got?
I'm going with I don't believe couples are a duo. I'm going Legolas and Gimli. They make. I mean,
Yeah.
I like Lord of the Rings films. They're slow, but these two are great. Other than Sam and Frodo, so Legolas and Gimli, they're fun. That's my pick.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you think?
When I think of these two, I'm sorry, there's a missing leg here to this tripod, and it's Aragorn.
Mm-hmm.
You want duos from this franchise, Merry and Pip, Sam and Frodo? That made sense to me. And while I don't disagree that they have great chemistry together, Aragorn makes that work. There is a trio that goes on between these three that we have. Here's my problem. This was not the best spider relationship that I've ever seen, and it really bugs me that I have to pick between these two again.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close my eyes, Aragorn, and I'm just going to imagine you're off, kicking your foot and screaming and, being all acty and broody. While Legolas and Gimli are counting off their victims, we'll go with Legolas and Gimli.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well, I do agree. Yeah, but they work better as a trio, and with Aragorn in the mix. Yeah, it's not. Spidey's best relationship. Or his best, duo. So yeah, I will go Legolas and Gimli.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, yeah, like when I think of the Legolas and Gimli from Lord of the Rings, yeah, there's that one person missing is Aragorn, and they're just more of a trio. I think there's much better duos within the own series, but whenever anyone talks about the Amazing Spider-Man, though, they're like, oh, those movies were okay. They weren't really that great, but the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield was really great. That's like the one positive everyone seems to have, and I think that they had great chemistry. Like I thought they worked really well together. And I know that it's a couple, but this couple really worked for me when the rest of the movie was just kind of not that good. So I think I'm gonna go with Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy here. So
well, it's easy to have chemistry when they dated in real life.
Yeah. Yep. So, but I'm in the minority because it'll be Legolas and Gimli moving on. So that's fine. Let's see. We got SpongeBob and Patrick, SpongeBob movie, going up against Chuck and Larry. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. So Kevin James and Adam Sandler. So, and we'll go to Richie now. Get back on in our regular order. So, who you got?
Oh, this is pretty easy. Chuck and Larry fucking sucks. It's a terrible movie.
Can I watch
and it's also, I think I've told this story. They are like Rob Schneider did a movie with Australian actor Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was in the Rob Schneider movie The Animal, and Michael Keaton was producing a movie with Paul Hogan called Strange Bedfellows, and he showed Rob Schneider the script, and it's interesting that this movie bears a striking resemblance to Strange Bedfellows. Just saying, if you look at that movie, they're both not really good movies, so I don't know why you steal that. But anyway, I mean, yeah, like SpongeBob and Patrick are by far the more iconic duo. I don't, Chuck and Larry is a stupid movie. So, SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yeah, like I don't know, like Chuck and Larry makes me laugh because it's one of those movies that's probably so bad that it's good to me. Like in that way, like it's just like a kind of like a guilty pleasure watch for me. Like I don't know, just them pretending to be gay but it does have some problems. Rob Schneider playing like an Asian guy, that's kind of problematic. But so yeah, I can't really vote for that one. But SpongeBob and Patrick, like I love the TV show, especially earlier seasons of the TV show that I kind of grew up with a little bit, and the first movie was good. I haven't seen it. Well, actually, I have seen the second movie. I take that back because I worked in a movie theater, and that's the very first movie when I got hired on at any movie theater. I watched that, but I just don't remember a whole lot about it. So, I mean, but I still think that SpongeBob and Patrick work really well together. So I'll go SpongeBob and Patrick. Richard?
I can't believe you're making me choose SpongeBob and Patrick. This is so sad by part.
Yep.
I like Chuck and Larry, but the duo.
They are a duo.
SpongeBob
They are a
Patrick
duo that
Park.
exists.
Oh, that makes me sick. That's kind of true. I have to pick SpongeBob and Patrick, and this makes me sad.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you think?
The movie that got 8 golden raspberries, or the duo that has been in existence since 1999 and not even COVID can kill them.
Yeah.
I wonder which way I'm probably going to go.
Chuck and Larry, good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yep, Tom Kenny's great.
Hey, Jordan. Jordan.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Is mayonnaise an instrument? That's one of my favorite lines from Patrick. But
I love it. I is this the Krusty Krab? No,
yeah.
It's Patrick.
Yeah, it's Patrick. Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. So, yeah, it'll be SpongeBob and Patrick. Moving on. So
I realized I wasn't good at games when I downloaded one of the SpongeBob games for free. It was one of the PS Plus ones, and I found it difficult. I mean, this is a fucking kid. Anyway.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but here we go. I got another Frozen one. Anna and Elsa, going up against Dom Toretto and Brian O'Connor from the Fast and Furious. So, and it'll be me first. And fuck Frozen. I don't care about it. But I grew up with Fast and the Furious. I don't like the last two as much as the rest, but I have fun with all the rest of them, especially the ones that have Paul Walker. Rest in peace. I really miss that guy in this franchise. So I'm gonna vote for Dom Toretto and Brian O'Connor. Richard?
Both teams are family.
Yep.
I'm going
Same.
with Fast and Furious. I think their dynamic, their chemistry grew throughout the movies. Whereas, I mean, there's only been 2 Frozen movies, but kind of were both separated from a lot of the movie. They weren't really together that often. And
Yeah.
Just going with the Furious. So I like that pairing better.
Yeah, and Anna just kind of wants to be alone in these movies. I don't know what it is, but or wait, is it Anna or is it Elsa? Whichever one's in the blue.
It's Elsa's the one with the power.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't care about these movies enough to even know which is which. So the one in the blue, she wants to be alone a lot, I think. But Chris?
Well, out here it's been raining a lot, and the snow glows white on the mountain tonight, and not a footprint to be seen. Look, guys, I'm going to be frank, and I'll be unpopular here. I hate the Fast and the Furious franchise. I think they're stupid. They're ridiculous. No, hold on. The first movie, I like the first movie. I do like the first movie. Is that enough for me? No, because the power of sisterly friendship and love and bond is what saved the world together for Anna and Elsa. And what did we get with Dom and Brian? Crappy sequels. That is unforgivable.
Fast 9 is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Fast 9 is crappy. I agree with you 100%.
It's amazing. What are you talking about?
Fast 5, yeah.
I can't hear your audio. I think you keep saying it's crappy, and I agree with you 100%. Anna and Elsa for me.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
The thing that both these movies and both these have in common, they're both about family. Okay, yep. 2 sisters, who Dom and Brian family. It's all about family.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, I mean, I'm not a Frozen guy. Like I said before, and I don't know. I'm kind of getting sick of Vin Diesel at this point. I think he's up his own ass. But like, I
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like these movies, even though they're dumb. And they do have chemistry. Yeah. So I'll go Dom and Brian.
Yeah.
Now,
So
Frozen
it'll be Dom and Brian.
Frozen would be better
Yeah.
if their theory came true, where the theory was their parents survived the crash, got to an island, and they had a child named Tarzan. Well, who grew up to be Tarzan.
Yeah. There you go.
I've heard that theory.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Indiana Jones in short round going up against Turner and Hooch. Okay. So let's see. I don't remember who's first now. I believe we're back down to Richard, I think. So that went first last.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
Turner and Hooch. Short round is just really freaking annoying throughout this film. Like it's really bad. Like
Indy. Yeah.
I do like the Temple of Doom. It's just he's annoying as hell.
Dr. Jones.
And God, the partnership of Turner and Hooch, who doesn't look. It's such a great movie.
Yeah.
Turner and Hooch.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm Chris.
You are doubting the power of Academy Award nominated actor Ke Huy Quan.
Yep.
Okay. The power of short round. Short round is what kept us allowing us to have a Last Crusade. Okay. If we would not have Last Crusade if we didn't have short round. Technically, it's a prequel. We wouldn't have Raiders of the Lost Ark without short round. You owe short round everything. Okay. Turner and Hooch. What do you have? Slobber.
Yeah.
No one says, man, Tom Hanks got those 2 Oscars because of that great relationship building film, Turner and Hooch. Nobody says that. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is one of my least favorites, but I do like the relationship.
Temple of Doom, we would never have gotten Crystal the Kingdom Skull.
Why does everyone complain about Crystal Skull? Why y'all bagging on Crystal Skull like that? Y'all need to get off Crystal Skull's ass, okay? All right? First of all, the worst thing in the franchise is Willie Scott. Willie Scott is the absolute worst thing. Not Short Round. Short Round is amazing. The chemistry between these two is cute. It's fun. It's entertaining. And Short Round is responsible for saving the day against with Indiana Jones. So I'm going to go Indiana Jones in Short Round.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you can't deny the chemistry between a man and his dog. You've seen my dog on screen. Oh,
yeah.
What a cutie. Okay, but yeah. And look, you know, my biggest blind spot is the Indiana Jones franchise.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll try to plug that by the time Dial of Destiny comes out. But you know, I'll still go with Indiana Jones Short Round because I know that it's iconic and it's all all the rage right now. So I'll go Indiana Jones Short Round.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we used to have this show on this channel called Blind Spots, and I would watch movies I've never seen before and do a little bit of a deep dive. So me and my buddy Chris did one for Turner and Hooch, and that movie surprisingly is a lot of fun. Like that dog just drives him crazy, and he kind of like almost has no choice but to keep it. Like, I mean, like he could have gotten rid of it, but the movie made it seem like it'd be cruel if he did. So, and yeah, like he just destroys his house. He does crazy things. Even like somehow gets locked out of his house because of the dog. There's a lot of like funny antics, but I mean, none of those hold a candle to Indiana Jones in Short Round though. Like a Short Round saved Indy's life, and yeah, like we would not have any more movies without Short Round. I think Ke Huy Quan the national treasure, and I'm so glad that he's back doing more movies again, and like I hope we get to see him like all over the place. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Indiana Jones in short round.
This is a fake duo. We all know Indiana Jones' best duo is his whip.
Yeah. Well, we'll be Indiana Jones in short round still. Moving on. But up next we have Yzma Kronk, Emperor's New Groove, going up against Sheriff Bart and the Waco Kid from Blazing Saddles. So, and this time it'll be Chris first.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. Here's my problem.
Yeah.
Both of these duos are quotable.
Yeah.
So bad. I mean, like, Kronk and Yzma, when I think of them, I still always think of like, I thought we start off with a soup and a light salad. We'll see how we feel like that. All right, the poison for Cusco, the poison chosen especially to kill Cusco's poison. Like, I love that whole interaction between them. It's so great. But then, where are the white women at? Like, that line is just, hey guys, the chemistry between these two is so damn good.
Yeah.
Oh, telegram from Mungo. I mean, oh my god, these are great.
Mungo.
Shoot. I have to pick.
Yes, you do. Mm.
I'm gonna go with my instinct. Yzma and Kronk, and that hurts.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, we didn't originally have a Sheriff Bart and the Waco Kid on here, but then someone reminded us of the duo, and we're like, absolutely,
it's
we gotta
a
have them on
good
here.
choice.
Yeah.
I here's the thing: pop culturally, Yzma and Kronk are huge still.
Yeah.
And Patrick Warburton is a great performance in this. The chemistry's awesome. You can still see them in the Disney parks from time to time.
Yeah.
Here's the only thing. As funny and as great as the performances are of Sheriff Bart and the Waco Kid, you can't do those today. It doesn't work now. It is unfortunately a subject of its time. And as funny as it is, it's funny. It doesn't play well today, taken outside of the context. Yzma and Kronk still work. They're family friendly. They're enjoyable. The movie's over 20 years old, and it still plays well with kids. It still plays. I think that's why I'm going Yzma and Kronk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah. Man, this is hard going back and forth. I guess just because it's more my speed, even though I do like Emperor's New Groove, I'll go Sheriff Bart and the Waco Kid, because huge Mel Brooks guy, and then I'd probably go back to Blazing Saddles more. So yeah, I'll go there, but it's difficult.
Yeah, I'm a huge Mel Brooks guy too, but at the same time though, I wish I would have saw Blazing Saddles years and years ago, because the first time I ever saw it was about 5 years ago, and it just didn't play that well for me. I was kind of like I'm like, there's some weird stuff going on here. Like, it's just, I don't know, like how well this movie really works. But if I would have saw it when I was younger, like, absolutely, like I would have been a lot higher on it. But I did see Emperor's New Groove like right when it came out, and that movie was great. Yeah. Patrick Warburton, and now I'm like spacing on the one that did the voice of Yzma, but Eartha Kitt, yeah. And yeah, they are great together. Like, so many funny moments. They just play off each other, just so great. And yeah, I'm a huge Emperor's New Groove fan. Like, it might be in my top 5 Disney movies of all time. Like, it's that good to me. So I'll vote for Yzma and Kronk. Richard?
I think The Emperor's New Groove is vastly overrated. It's a fine movie.
Ouch.
It's not as good as everyone thinks it is. I love Blazing Saddles. However, I am basing this on duos. And as much as I love Gene Wilder in this movie, they have a great relationship. Yzma and Kronk is a better duo. Far more iconic, than the Blazing Saddles. Even though I love Blazing Saddles so much, I want to vote for Blazing Saddles, but I can't, unfortunately. I'm doing the basing on the duos.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Eastman Kronk on here. All right. So we got Hercules and Pegasus. We'll keep on the Disney
Okay.
train. Up against Bill and Ted. Okay.
Why is it Hercules
So
and Phil?
yeah, so it'll be Richie. Yeah, true. But Richie,
I
what
mean,
do you think?
I like that version of Hercules. Yeah, I think it's quite good. I mean, I probably like said this before, but the PS1 game is better than the movie. Even better than the movie. The PS1 game fucking rules. But yeah,
What they
Bill
do
and
in
Ted.
Kingdom Hearts is almost better than the movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. I went. It's one of the duos I thought of when this category was announced. I think, it's one of the duos I thought that would go far. This tournament, they're the quintessential duo. That's the reason they got the people wanted them back. So about Face Music, I liked it. I thought it was quite really good, and the chemistry was still there. So I'll go Bill and Ted.
Yeah. So there are Bill S. Prescott and Ted Theodore Logan, and together they are Wild Stallion, and separate they are not Wild Stallion. So they pretty much almost need to be together for this movie to even work. And yeah, they're like that's one of the first movie duos that I think of. When you talk about iconic movie duos, I think of Bill and Ted. Like I just do, and I do think Hercules is a tad overrated. I know some people that like this is their favorite Disney movie. They're just in love with this movie. I have some cousins who are like their whole family is like huge in Hercules, and it is good though. Like it's a good movie, but like all time, no, not by my standards. But I do like Hercules and Pegasus together. They work really well, but it's got to be Bill and Ted, like pretty easily. So, Richard,
I
what do you
love
think?
both of these movies. I love Bill and Ted. I love all three of them. Disney's Hercules is my favorite Disney animated movie. How dare you say it's overrated? It is fantastic.
What's
That
your
being
favorite?
said,
Okay.
Bill and Ted wouldn't be Bill and Ted without Bill and Ted. I do think Hercules duo is with Phil, not Pegasus. So I am going Bill and Ted. I love all three of Bill and Ted movies. Bill and Ted.
Yeah, and Malcolm in the chat says from a toy to a duo, which is interesting. So we're Bill and Ted a toy first and then a duo, or
No,
are
he
you
was
talking about that?
talking about Hercules and Pegasus. The picture.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you talking about the picture of a toy that's there?
Yeah, if you look at the previous comment, that's what he was saying. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't read that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Trouble downloading an actual animated Hercules and Pegasus, so I had to use the. Okay, a picture of a toy. I see what he's saying. But Chris, what do you think?
Their epic intro is all you need. I am Bill S. Preston Esquire, and I am Ted Theodore Logan, and together we are Wild Stallions. Oh wait, that's a whole other. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill and Ted.
Yep. Bill and Ted is moving on. All right. We still have Mary and Pippin, so there's another one from Lord of the Rings right there. Yeah, going up against Bonnie and Clyde. So there's a duo right there. So, I believe Chris now.
Man, I mentioned it earlier that Merry and Pip have to be when we had Gimli and Legolas. I mean, Merry and Pip are just so great together in the first two films. Yeah. Bonnie and Clyde is a great historical pair, and while this movie is good, the relationship between Merry and Pip as they're trying to save everyone in the Two Towers is fabulous. And they don't end up getting dead. So yeah, Merry and Pip.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess Bonnie and Clyde is, kind of been iconic throughout sort of, cinema. Obviously, good historical sort of characters. Merry and Pip, kind of highlights of the Lord of the Rings. So it's tough, but I'll make it interesting. I'll go Bonnie and Clyde, but I don't mind if Merry and Pip go through.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do really like Bonnie and Clyde. That I haven't seen this version, but I like them as the idea of them as a duo. But I have seen there's a more recent one with like Emil Hirsch in it. I've seen that one, but which is also a pretty decent movie. But yeah, Merry and Pippin, they're great. They're just so much fun on screen. They're like the kind of like the underdogs that you really root for, and Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan, they have a podcast together, and that podcast is great. Like, it's freaking like one of my favorite podcasts to watch, and they have great chemistry on and off screen, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, I gotta go Merry and Pippin. Richard, what do you think?
This is actually very hard because even though I do Bonnie and Clyde, they're couples. However, they are partners in crime. They live together. I mean, they didn't live together. They met and then they die together. Whereas Merry and Pippin, I love Merry and Pippin. The third movie, they do get separated. God, I'm going Merry and Pippin, even though I think it should have been Bonnie and Clyde because they're very iconic. But I'm going Merry and Pippin because I love those two as a pair.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be Merry and Pippin. Moving on. So
That is just really hard. Like,
yeah.
When you talk about iconic duos, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, like that isn't an iconic just duo in a general, not just speaking of movies, but just in general. But we have Tango and Cash. There you go. Up against Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World. So this could be kind of interesting. Yeah. And I believe that it is Richie. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Tango and Cash. It's great. But yeah, I have to go with Wayne's World. It's one of my favorite comedies. Great chemistry, and yeah, just great one-liners, and yeah, I just think it works on every level. So Wayne's World, party time, excellent.
Yeah. Yep. Wayne's World. Yeah, like they're one of my favorite duos in all of cinema. They're great. Like they're ones that, well, probably the first ones when I think of best movie duos, even above Bill and Ted, is Wayne and Garth. Like they're great. And whenever I'm watching classic SNL episodes, like especially from the '90s, I'm just waiting for one of these Wayne's World sketches to pop up because they're some of my all-time favorites. And I am fairly recent to Tango and a Cash. I probably saw that about 2 years ago or so. And you talk about a great pairing. Like they play off of each other really, really well. I mean, Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell, they have some great ball busting. Like you talk about like busting each other's chops, like just back and forth. Like they're pretty entertaining. But yeah, it's got to be Wayne and Garth, yeah, for sure. So, Richard?
It's Wayne and Garth, no question.
Yep. Sounds good. Chris, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Wayne and Garth, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to duck out.
Sure, yeah, that's
feeling my allergies getting to me, and I've got to go take some meds. So.
Yeah, no worries. So, but do you have anything you want to plug really quick before you leave?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Ingle1984. You can also find my Star Trek podcast, Random Trek, on Brennan Mars podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you go to excuse me, sorry, see all this gunk right here is catching up to me after teaching all day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
but no, my podcast is found on Page Turners. They Were Not, which is available on both YouTube and Spotify. But we regularly post on Spotify.
Nice. Sounds good. I'll have to check that out. So yeah. Well, thanks again, Chris. We'll catch you later. All right. So we're down to three, but I did just hear from Wolf. He says he's actually on his way home. He's gonna try to jump on with us. So yeah. But yeah. So did you vote, Richie? You went first, right?
Yeah, I voted Waynesville.
Okay. Then it'll be Waynesville. So no more ties until Wolf shows up. But let's see. We got Starsky and Hutch. So we already kind of briefly mentioned them. Going up against Mowgli and Baloo from the Jungle Book. So this time I'm first, and yeah, like I'm just more of a Zoolander guy for Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, but I love both these actors though. Like I'm big fans of both of them, but the Jungle Book too. Like that's probably one of my favorite Disney animated movies, especially from like the old school ones, and I think that the movie works really, really well, and they have a great friendship, a great pairings, and like even though like it's called Starsky and Hutch, so that's kind of like the whole like point is those two relationship together. I really love the Jungle Book, and yeah, I think Mowgli and Baloo are the most fun part of that movie. So I gotta go with Mowgli and Baloo, I think. Richard?
Like I said, this was probably their best Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson's chemistry, Starsky and Hutch. However, I love the original Jungle Book, and even the Disney live action is probably the best Disney live action that we've gotten from the remakes. So I am also going with Mowgli and Baloo.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Starsky and Hutch, but yeah, like movie, but had its moments, but yeah, Mowgli and Baloo, love the love the characters, so yeah, and I love Jungle Book, so I will go Mowgli and Baloo.
Yeah, well, it'll be Mowgli and Baloo then. Moving on, right? I think we just got a couple more. We got Sonic and Tails, so from the Sonic movies, and we got Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. So, and this time it'll be Richard first. So, what do you got here?
I am going to go with Peter Pan and Tinkerbell for the main reason that yes, Sonic and Tails are a very iconic duo, but mainly for the video games. The movie was good.
Yeah.
Like the first two movies were good, surprisingly good, but I just think Peter Pan and Tinkerbell are just an iconic duo as well, and more of a stronger iconic duo.
Yeah.
Like, not many people like have heard of Sonic and Tails, I think, because if you're not a video gamer, maybe it's more popular now, but I think everyone's heard of Peter Pan, especially when it comes to the Disney world.
Yep.
So I'm going Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, while the first two Sonic movies have been well received, I just think the more iconic duo, across film is Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, and yeah, it's good. So, yeah, I mean, you could also have gone Peter Pan and Wendy, and I think that's what iconic duo in itself as well. So, but yeah, I think Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, they're a great duo, and maybe if we did a Redux, maybe Sonic and Tails would be more up there. But I just feel like they're sort of too new into the film kind of universe to really cause a dent in this tournament. So I'll go Peter Pan.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm a big fan of Sonic and Tails, but the thing is, they didn't team up to the second movie. The first movie is great. That the second one's good too. Like I actually really like both these movies. I thought that it was a great return to form for Jim Carrey, and now he wants to retire from movies, I guess. So like I really wish that we'd see more of it. But like he says, retired. I don't know though. Like I kind of feel like somewhere we're gonna see him again somewhere. I just like have a feeling. But Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, they're not an iconic duo, and I think that they work really well together. Like I actually really like the character of Peter Pan, even though he kind of takes these kids and like just takes them to Neverland. Like it's almost kind of cruel, but in a way it's kind of like fun for the kids. So, but and then Tinkerbell's kind of like a little, I don't know, like stuck up kind of prissy, always getting mad and like all that stuff. But it's fun though. Like I think that there's a fun dynamic, and I really love the original animated movie. I really like Hook, but now we're getting more. We're getting Peter Pan and Wendy. We're getting all these Peter Pan like live action movies. It's like
we're getting a horror movie by the people from Woody the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, we're gonna get a freaking horror movie, which I'm intrigued by the horror movie. I am, but like we don't need more live action Peter Pan movies. We've had enough. Just stop. Just do something else, please. But I'll vote for Peter Pan and Tinkerbell here. So yeah. So it'll be Peter Pan. Moving on. Well, that'll do it for round one. So yeah. So now we can just kick it into overdrive. We can just keep our comments pretty brief, and we'll just fly through. I mean, there's only 3 of us, so I mean, we'll get through it pretty fast.
We'll probably get through it before Wolfman gets on.
Yeah, and just 1 second, for whatever reason, this is having trouble moving from left to right. So hang on a second. There we go. All right. I have to zoom out and like make it full screen on mine for some reason. But we've already seen a lot of these. So we have Marty McFly and Doc Brown versus Lumiere and Cogsworth. So, and I believe that it's Richie first. So,
yeah, I'm gonna go with Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Yeah, I just think they're slightly more iconic duo.
Yeah. I got to go with Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Yeah, they're a little more. Well, actually, a lot more iconic. So. Richard, what do you think?
Marty and Doc.
Yeah, we met Marty and Doc here. Then we have Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn going up against the rescuers, Bianca and Bernard. I kind of felt like maybe they got a pass because they just went up against a weaker duo. So I'm up first, and yeah, it's got to be Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon easy here. Richard?
I think it's easy. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Let's see. Hang on 1 second. We're going to have a pinch hitter come on because we only had 3, but at this point, we're already in the second round. We'll just go for it. If Wolf wants to show up, we'll put him on, but we have Ferris Bueller and Cameron going up against Jenko and Schmidt. So, and it's Richard first. So who you got?
Ferris Bueller is the better movie, but I just think Jenko and Schmidt are the better duo, chemistry-wise.
Yeah. Well, Richie, you're not a big Ferris Bueller guy, so I kind of guess where you're going.
Jenko and Schmidt.
Yeah. Yeah. Even for me, like I like the 21 Jump Street movies better, and I like Jenko and Schmidt better as a duo. So yeah, it's got to be Jenko and Schmidt. So let's see. We have Mike Lowry and Marcus from Bad Boys going up against Napoleon and Pedro. Richie, you're up first.
Mike Lowry and Marcus.
Yeah. For me, I got to go for Napoleon Pedro. So vote for Pedro. Richard.
I'm going Bad Boys. I love Napoleon and Pedro, but they're very just one note. Like It's a weird movie. It's an acquired taste movie, but I can
Yeah.
always watch Bad Boys.
Yeah, like it's a bit of an acquired taste. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So, yeah, Mike Lowry and Marcus. All right. And also the Sweet 16. So all of these matchups that we have so far here are going to be and that one should be there. Are going to be in the Sweet 16. So they'll be moving on to the championship round. So just so everybody knows, we will see these ones again. So and once we get through this round, everything will already be set for the championship. That's where we can really have some fun and kind of like be a little wacky with our votes. But for right now, we have Captain America and Bucky going up against Dexter and Ed from Good Burger. So and it's me first, and this one's kind of tough because, man, like I would love to see Dexter and Ed in the championship, but I just think Cap and Bucky are just like so great together. Like they're just, I don't know, like they're just like best friends. They served in the military. They're like to the end of the line. They're like they're willing to die for each other. Like their bond is that strong. So I think I got to go Cap and Bucky. Richard,
This
what do you
is
think?
very tough, but I'm giving the slight edge to Sam and Bucky mainly because all four of these guys can be funny together, but only two of them can be serious. Like Ed, just we haven't seen him get to a serious vulnerability as we have with Sam and Bucky. So I
Yeah,
think the duos work better. So Sam and Bucky.
yeah. Well, Richie.
I like Good Burger. I like Dexter and Ed. I like the chemistry between Kenan and Kel, but I'm going with, Cap and Bucky here.
Yeah. And also, I want to just reiterate to everybody: if you haven't seen your favorite duo pop up, because there are some iconic ones that haven't shown up yet, we're doing a part 2 next month. So if you haven't seen them there, they'll be they'll be on that episode. So yeah, just to throw that in there. But we have Rocket Raccoon and Groot up against Hansel and Chewie. Oh, frick! This one's tough. This could be like a
Two
championship round.
star kind of star centric ones too.
Yeah, right.
Space
Yeah,
opera ones.
the space ones. Yeah. So it'll be Richard first.
I love both these duos, but one's way more iconic. I'm going Han and Chewie.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I probably have to. Yeah, the slight edge. I have to go to Han and Chewie.
Yeah. Man, this is tough. Frick. I need a quick minute to think. Because both of these are like pretty much willing to die for each other. They're like always together. They're best friends. They're they're almost like the tale of like a boy and their dog, like sort of thing. I mean, like in a sense. So, oh man, like I think both of these deserve a spot in the championship, but I think I got to give it to Han and Chewie. Yeah, I think Star Wars is a little more iconic than Guardians. So, yeah. So it'll be Han and Chewie. Moving on. We have Charlie Brown and Snoopy up against Lilo and Stitch here. So, and it'll be Richie first. So we got an animated duo here. So
I'm gonna go Lilo and Stitch.
yeah, this one's tough, but I think overall, like, I think that the duos are almost on par here because a boy and his dog once again, and then a girl and her alien or like pet, whatever you want to say. But I think I like the Peanuts movie overall just a little more, so I'll go Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Richard, what do you think?
Lilo and Stitch. It's just mainly the main difference is you don't get, since Snoopy can't really talk, you don't get the much emotional bond that you do with Stitch and Lilo.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think like you have to interpret what Snoopy does, whereas you can feel it with Lilo and Stitch as well. So I'm going Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, like even if he's saying turkey balubba or like whatever he's saying, you can kind of like have a little more substance there, maybe. Yeah. So Lilo and Stitch, like who would have thought like they'd be in there? But we have Felix and Oscar, the Odd Couple, hanging in there with Ashburn and Mullins from Heat. So this time it'll be me first, and still haven't seen The Odd Couple, so it's just hard for me to really say anything about this version. And I do really like the Heat, so I'll go Ashburn and Mullins. Richard?
I haven't seen Heat. Like I said, I loved The Odd Couple, Felix and Oscar.
Yeah. Oh, Richie?
Yeah, the only reason I sort of picked The Odd Couple is to switch my vote because Chris provided a good argument. He's no longer here, so the Heat.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris, you left, so it'll be the Heat. Yep. All right, so that's the end of that one, that side. So those will be all in the Sweet 16. Reminds me, I still need to post the poll from our last episode because usually Austin's here and he does all of that, but he's out of town, so I got to do that. So there'll be 2 coming up. So don't worry, guys. He wants to cooperate. Here we go. Okay, got Timon and Pumbaa up against Romeo and Michelle. Interesting. So it'll be Richard first.
Timon and Pumbaa is my pick.
Yeah. Richie?
Kuna Matata to Pumbaa.
Yeah, it's got to be Timon and Pumbaa. Yep. Pretty easy. So Timon and Pumbaa. We have Lee and Carter from Rush Hour against Captain Kirk and Spock. Interesting. So it'll be Richard first.
That's me.
I think it's Richie.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Richie. Yeah. Go ahead.
Just because I'm more of a fan it's probably the more iconic duo is Star Trek. It is Captain Kirk and Spock, but because I'm more of a Rush Hour fan, I'll go Lee and Carter. But I'm not mad if Kirk and Spock go through.
Yeah, I mean, like if I was voting with my brain, I would vote Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. If I was voting with my heart, it'd be Agent Lee and Inspector Carter. But so I think this time I'm going to vote with my heart because I just have so much more fun watching Rush Hour than the Star Trek original series. I'm more of a Next Generation guy. So if we had like Picard and Riker or something like that, or even Picard and Data, or Data and Geordi LaForge, like just any of those. So yeah, I'm gonna go Lee and Carter. But Richard?
Yeah, that's disappointing because even though you vote for your heart, this is supposed to be like a tournament, like for best duos.
Yeah.
It's Kirk and Spock, and it's not even close. As much as I love Rush Hour, if you want the best of the best, you had to put Kirk. You would have to have put Kirk and Spock. So yeah, but
yeah. Well, that's tournament fights for you. So yeah. I mean, we get some like wild results. So it'll be Lee and Carter. No. So, but some of these people should have been more available for this episode. to put some of these through. But we have Tyler Durden and the narrator, the meta duo. We'll see. Going up against Chip and Dale. So it'll be me first, and for whatever reason, I just like the idea of Tyler Durden and also Tyler Durden, I guess, or the narrator, just being in the championship, just to have this meta duo to see what people think of it. So I'm gonna go with Tyler Durden and the narrator. Richard?
I was with you last round with them with Fight Club, but you can't beat out the iconic duo Chip and Dale. Yeah,
it's tough, but Richie?
Now it's Chris Voss here, Chip and Dale.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Chip and Dale.
Richard did say Chip and Dale. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Legolas and Gimli going up against SpongeBob and Patrick. So, and we're back to Richard. So,
I'm voting for again. I'm voting for. I'm using my hatred. I'm voting Gimli. I hate SpongeBob.
sure. Yeah. Richie.
Just because, I think uh, Legolas and Gimli work better as a trio with Aragorn, so I'm gonna go SpongeBob and Patrick. Why not?
Yeah, for some reason, I just want to see Legolas and Gimli cruising around in that burger mobile. Like that thought just kind of makes me laugh. But and you could make an argument that maybe SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward could be a trio, or even Mr. Krabs, but or Sandy. You can throw in like a lot of people, but so like I'm just more of a Lord of the Rings guy, so I'm gonna go with Legolas and Gimli. We'll see how they stack up against other Lord of the Rings duos. So yeah, Legolas and Gimli. And then we got Dom Toretto and Brian O'Connor up against Indiana Jones and Short Round. Ooh, that's tough for me, but I don't know about you guys. It'll be Richie first.
I'm gonna go Indian Short Round.
Yeah. See, like even you know it, but you haven't seen the movies. Yeah. But yeah. Some reason I'm just like a big Paul Walker fan. Like I don't know why. Like he didn't make great movies, but I just like the guy. So I'll go Dom Toretto and Brian O'Connor. Richard.
Dom. Fast. Bring in the family. Fast
Yeah.
family.
Fast and Furious. All right. Which is kind of like might be an upset maybe because the Indy's pretty
I
popular.
hate Short Round, like I said.
Yeah. But the Eastman Kronk going up against Bill and Ted. So this time I'm first, and yeah, like this one, just all about like when you say best movie duos, like which one's popping to your head first? It's Bill and Ted. So Bill and Ted. Richard.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah. And Richie.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Bill and Ted. All right.
But both these choices had TV shows based on them too.
Yeah. Yeah, like I always think about the Bill and Ted animated show. I even remember the like theme song because I'm weird like that. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. It's a party, that's for sure. Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventures. But we got Merry and Pippin up against. There's supposed to be Wayne and Garth. Yeah, okay. Wayne and Garth against Merry and Pippin. So it'll be Richard first. So you got.
I gotta go with the more iconic duo, Wayne and Garth.
Yeah. Richie?
Wayne and Garth.
Yeah, like as much as I want to see some Lord of the Rings matchups, I think that the Merry and Pippin probably deserve it more than Legolas and Gimli, but it's just the look of the draw and the randomizer because everything's randomized. So I gotta go Wayne and Garth. Yeah. Wayne and Garth. Moving on, and let's see. We got Mowgli and Baloo against Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Ooh, the Disney matchup. Here we go. So Richie, you're first.
This is kind of the same for me, but maybe to the slight edge just because I watch it more. I'll go Mowgli and Baloo.
Yeah, like I think I'm the same way. Like it is tough. I do really like both of these movies, but I kind of lean towards Jungle Book a little more. So we'll look for the bare necessities with Mowgli and Baloo. Richard, what do you think?
I mean, this is a tough one. I like both of them. I probably just would go with Mowgli and Baloo as well, but barely.
Yeah, Mowgli and Baloo. All right, Cool. All right, so we have our Sweet 16. So all the ones that just won that round will be in the championship. So now, like, we can still vote serious, or you can have some fun and just say, well, we're going to see them again in the championship anyway. So you can vote however you want. I mean, you always can. So in tournament fights, no matter when it is. But reveal the next one. Let's see. All right, we got Doc Brown and Marty. Let's zoom it out. Up against Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, this one's actually like one of the tougher matchups. So it'll be me first too for this match. Oh man, I just think that the Back to the Future movies are actually rated higher than any Star Wars movie for me, and Michael J. Fox is my favorite actor of all time. Period. End of story. Like it's just tragic what happened to him with his Parkinson's. So yeah, I gotta go with Doc Brown and Marty. And I've met the entire cast except for Michael J. Fox, but he is starting to do some conventions now. So I want to try and find out how I can meet him. But yeah, Doc Brown and Marty. Richard.
Doc Brown and Marty. They were in all three movies. Qui-Gon. Besides, Doc and Marty are way more iconic.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, it's close to me, but I think I'll give a slight edge to Doc and Marty.
Yeah. Doc and Marty. Moving on. Okay. We got Schmidt and Jenko from 21 Jump Street up against Mike Lowry and Marcus.
It's kind of similar.
Yeah. Both the like buddy cop matchup here. So, Richard.
I'm going Schmidt and Jenko.
Yeah.
Just like this is because like they're both so good together, and the fact that freaking oh god, what's the dude's name? Channing Tatum, like it was such a surprising role for him. Like you did not expect how good he was in this film, especially Jonah Hill. So that's where my bonus points are going.
Yeah. Yep. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Schmidt and Jenko.
Yeah. I think I'm the same way. Yeah. Like, I'm right there with you, Richard. The Channing Tatum, like he was a surprise to me too that he was that funny, especially in 22 at Jump Street when he has the moment that Schmidt slept with the captain's daughter. You have the little ding moment, and he like wakes up. Like that's literally like I was probably laughing for about a minute straight on that one. So yeah, I got to go 21 Jump Street. So let's see. We have Cap and Bucky up against Han and Chewie. Ooh. Okay. And it'll be Richie first.
This is purely for longevity in film. I will go Han and Chewie. But it's close.
Yeah, I like that. Oh man. Well, I mean, it was longevity in film, but they like cranked out all these Marvel movies pretty fast. So if they would have spread them out, they could have had some longevity too. But I don't know. Like this one's tough. But yeah, I gotta go with Han and Chewie. Yeah. Richard.
I mean, this is a tough one. If I wanted to be a dick, I would have said I could have said Stephen Bucky only because a Han Solo movie was a fucking movie. But
yeah,
honestly,
that is true.
Honestly, if you took that movie aside, it's Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
And it pains me to say it. Like
yeah, that is true. Like that, like Cap and Bucky have had all good movies, but
yeah, I mean, I love both of them. Like, there's just no way I could put Han and Chewie like under. It's Han and Chewie.
Yeah, like even say what you want about the Force Awakens, I think it's good, but it's not on par as like some other Star Wars movies to me. So, but we got Lilo and Stitch up against whatever the ones are from the He. I can't read it because it's too small, but yeah,
Ashburn and Mullins.
Yeah, Ashburn and Mullins. Okay, it's a little smaller for me because I got to zoom out to control the board. But let's see. It'll be me first this time, and this one's pretty easy because I'm just not that big into Lilo and Stitch. But so I'm gonna go with Ashburn and Mullins. Richard.
I'm going Lilo and Stitch because it's the more iconic duo. Honestly, like it would like you probably would have done Melissa McCartney and like was it what's her name from Saturday Night Live? Kirsten Wig or Kristen Wiig. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
a
from like
more
Bridesmaid.
that's like a more of a iconic duo than the Heat.
Yeah. It
So
was pretty
Lilo and
good.
Stitch.
Like, I would recommend it. But Richie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like the Heat's good, but I think the more iconic duo is Lilo and Stitch. So I'm gonna go Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. All right, and this will so that'll be the end of that side. And like basically here, this will just show you what some of the favorites might be going to the championship. So yeah,
I gotta get going like
we have
just letting you know.
sure. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting close. So yeah, we'll just vote quick. So we got Timon and Pumbaa versus Lee and Carter, and it'll be Richard first.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, Richie.
Timon and Pumbaa.
And I would have gone Lee and Carter, but it'll be Timon and Pumbaa. Right. We have Chip and Dale, and that's Gimli and Legolas. Okay, I like having to squint now to read it, but yeah. So it'll be Richie first. What do you think?
Again, I'm gonna go Chip and Dale.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I like the Lord of the Rings movies way better, but I think Chip and Dale, yeah, more iconic duo. So yeah, Richard.
I also would have said Chip and Dale.
Yeah. All right, Chip and Dale. All right. Let's see. We got Dom Toretto and Brian O'Connor up against Bill and Ted. All right, and it'll be me first. Yeah, it's got to be Bill and Ted now. So, Richard.
Bill and Ted.
Yep. Richie.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Bill and Ted. All right. Air guitar into the next round. Well, I don't know which one
couldn't save him this time.
Yeah, I don't know which one like has a more kind of air guitar. Maybe Wayne's World, too. But there's Wayne's World, so we might get that matchup coming up. Wayne's World versus the Jungle Book, Mowgli and Baloo. So, and it'll be me first, and it's easy. Wayne's World. Richard.
Wayne's World.
Yeah. Richie.
Wayne's World.
Yep, Wayne's World. All right. All right, cool. We're almost there. I think we can make it before you got to go. Richard. Let's see. Where are we at here? Zoom it out. We got Marty in the Dock up against Schmidt and Jenko. All right. So, Richard, you're first.
21 Jump Street had a good run. It's Doc and Marty for me.
Yeah. Richie?
I still think Marty and Doc. So yeah, Marty and Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think Schmidt and Jenko had a good run. Like, I really do like them, but yeah, it's got to be Marty and the Doc. So, Marty and Doc. Then we have Han and Chewie. Then we went to Lilo and Stitch. Okay. And it'll be Richie first. You got
Han and Chewie.
Yeah, it'll be Han and Chewie. Richard?
Han and Chewie.
Yep. All right. We're getting down to it. We got the first half of our final four. We got Timon and Pumbaa up against Chip and Dale, a Disney matchup. So, yeah. And they're both animals. So, and it'll be me first. It's kind of interesting because I think the Lion King, has been around for a lot longer, but I think Chip and Dale, though, they're the star of this thing, and and like it doesn't feel right if they're not together. So I think I got to go Chip and Dale. Richard?
Chip and Dale was actually before the Lion King, not the Rescue Rangers, but they were part of the Disney universe, Mickey Mouse. And all
True. Yeah, that's
that.
true.
So
They've been
I am also
been
going Chip and Dale.
way before. Yeah, like think about all those old school cartoons and all that. Yeah. Richie?
Man, I want to go on Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Chip and Dale in the final four. Like, who would have thought about that one? So, but we got this matchup. We got Bill and Ted versus Wayne and Garth. Oh man. And it'll be Richard first.
This is the hardest one.
Yeah.
I'm going with Bill and Ted because Wayne's World is more iconic on Saturday Night Live, but only one duo saved the world with their music.
Yeah, it is true.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
I wish this was I wish this was finals and not now.
Yeah.
By a hair, I will go Bill and Ted.
Oh man, like I would have thought maybe it could have gone the other way because I would have gone Wayne and Garth just because I prefer them. Like I really like Mike Myers. I think Dana Carvey is like an all timer for comedy, especially like sketch comedy and impressions and all that. Like man, he makes me laugh like harder than almost anyone. So yeah, I would have gone Wayne and Garth.
Wayne's World is they're very one note.
Yeah, that is kind of true. I just like all the puns and like the parody stuff. There's a lot of parody stuff in these movies. So yeah, but yeah, it'd be Bill and Ted. So we got our final four here. So check it out here. So we got first one over on the left side. We got Doc Brown and Marty McFly up against Han and Chewie. So, oh man, this is where it gets tough. But it'll be Richie first.
Okay, I think this time I'll go Han and Chewie.
Oh man, it's tough, but yeah, like I think that the more iconic duo, like I have Back to the Future rated higher than any Star Wars movie, like I said before, but I think that it's just like the duo because there's a lot of points in the movie where you see Doc and Marty kind of separated a little bit, and in Star Wars you rarely see Han and Chewie as separate. You do, but not that often. So I got to go with Han and Chewie, I think. Richard.
I would have gone Back to the Future because I would have brought in Solo: A Star Wars Story. They were not a very good Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
Not very good.
Yeah, Back to the Future in my mind is a perfect trilogy. So yeah. But it'll be Han and Chewie. So, and then we have Chip and Dale versus Bill and Ted. So, and I'm up first, and this makes it easier because I got to go Bill and Ted easily here. So, Richard.
I am also going to go Bill and Ted. As much as I love Chip and Dale, I feel like you grew up with Bill and Ted, not as much with Chip and Dale. Like especially with that year gap, like that time gap that they did with this movie.
Yeah, yeah. Richie.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah, so we have our finals match here. So Bill and Ted versus Han and Chewie. So, who's the more iconic, or like who do you like better? Like it really doesn't matter if they're iconic or not. Like it just depends on who you like better and who you want to vote for. So yeah. So we're back to Richard. So what you got?
Oh, this is so hard.
Yeah, this is a championship match for a reason.
I'm gonna surprise myself. I am going with Bill and Ted because of my reasoning is Han could actually survive without Chewie. Bill cannot survive without Ted. Ted cannot survive without Bill.
Yeah.
And I love all three of the movies, so I'm gonna break the mold. I don't think they're gonna win, but Bill and Ted is my pick.
Well, you never know. Richie, who you got?
Just because, like that, their bromance is more focused and it's the center point of their movies, I'll go Bill and Ted by a hair.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? I think I would have gone with Bill and Ted also. So the focus, yeah, with Star Wars, you can focus on like Luke and like the Skywalkers. Like it's really more the Skywalker saga. So I mean,
Like,
so yeah,
also,
so
if anything, you could do Han and Luke, Han and Leia.
yeah, you do a lot of those. So yeah, it'll or like even Han and Lando, you could do that too. So
You could even
so
do
yeah,
Chewie and Lando.
yeah, right, yeah, you could do that too. But your winner, Bill and Ted. Bill S. Prescott, Ted Theodore Logan, and they're Wild Stallion, and they are the winners. So, but yeah, thanks guys for sticking around for this. This was fun. So I think next month we'll have a whole different slew, and then we'll have a championship in 2 months from now. So,
Do you? I mean,
yeah,
do you have the other list of the duos for the next month?
yeah,
I'm just curious. Is
I can send-
Riggs and Murtaugh in there?
yes, they are. Yes,
All right, cool.
yeah. Yeah, if you'd like to see it, I could even send it to you. Even if you're not on the episode, you could just check it out. but yeah, so that was our huge giant tournament here. They always are like a big thing. So yeah, so we got Bill and Ted. So that was fun. So yeah, but we'll just do some plugs and then we'll get out of here. So yeah, we had some good timing here because usually these episodes are going over 3 hours. So yeah, not too bad. So we'll let you go first, Richard, because I know you got to jump off. So
I gotta get ready. You can find me on Facebook under Richard Schwartz, YouTube and Twitter under External Void. I am here in LA, like I always am, and I'm about to go to work in about 5 minutes. So I will see you guys later.
yeah, we'll see you later. Yeah, we'll hit you up at maybe one of these other duo episodes and see if you're available. So so yeah,
Have
Later,
a
Richie.
good one.
yeah, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we only have one Richie / Richard here. Yeah. So where can we find you, Richie?
Yeah, you can find me here on Tournament FIhts. I've signed up for a few, so yeah, you'll see me around.
Yeah.
And tier ranker and combat wrestling trivia, which I'm now contender for the championship.
Oh, nice.
I'm also in a contender match on the Lights Out trivia on JP3's channel. I'm in a it's me, Jordan, JPO, Steve Mesa, and then someone to be determined. So that should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, you can find me doing wrestling and movie trivia on JPO's channel. You can find me on doing my podcast with my friend Robert Cameron, Telling stream, and where we do 2B movies. The next one we're going to record is called a movie called Dead Sexy, where it's a movie about where ghosts give. It's a haunted house where ghosts give women orgasms. So
oh, nice.
that should be fun. But yeah, so check that out. Yeah. Other than that, you can see me all around the place, and yeah.
Well, yeah, you'll be on the next episode, I think, which will be on Monday this time, because we're doing Malcolm Lace Part 2, but then we're getting into Best Movies of 2014. We wanted to space it out a little bit more. So we wanted to do every other day, so we're not just doing 3 days in a row, trying to cram that in, because doing that many episodes in a row can be a little bit exhausting. So
yeah, I get it.
But you can find all things for the channel, the Movie Hero Network, on all the socials at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find quite a bit actually on my personal Instagram, Jordan83616, and also in the Schmodown Friends and Family group. And actually, slightly misspoke earlier. We're not going to have a poll for this episode, but I will have a poll for our last episode that we did. That Austin's been out of town. You can go to Austin's Facebook. He went to the Grand Canyon, so you can go check that out. On his page, he posted some pictures, which I live it's still about a 15-hour drive for me to get to the Grand Canyon, and I've been like within less than an hour, but I've never been to the Grand Canyon. And he lives all the way on the East Coast, and he's beat me there. So like one of these days before I die, 'cause that's like an iconic thing that like especially if you live in the U.S., that's like something that like I feel like everyone needs to see before they die.
I don't want to make you feel bad, Jordan, but I've beaten you.
You've been there? Oh, you've been there? Oh,
I'm in
like you're on the other side of the world. So yeah, but I've been to Las Vegas a bunch of times. I just haven't like driven that way to the Grand Canyon. But and then we do have a Patreon where we do the Seen and Heard movie trivia, which we're going to have an episode this Monday, this Sunday night. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, you can see if anyone can take down our current champion, Moose Haas. So, but it'll be trivia that involves movie clips and clips from movie scores and soundtracks. And we have to have it over on the Patreon because of all the copyright stuff, unfortunately. But if you like to watch, it only costs $1 to watch. I made it as cheap as I could. We are going to be showing it live, though. We're going to try it out and see if we can get away with it on YouTube to show it live. So if you tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern at that time, you can see it live, but then it's immediately going to be taken down and moved over to the Patreon. So if you want to see it for free, that's the way to do it. And we're also going to have people like Benny Hamlin, aka Brother Lomas, will be competing. We'll have Malcolm Lay, who's on this channel all the time. So yeah, we'll have some familiar faces. And then we'll be doing one more on Monday, March 13th, and we're going to have the movie guys, Paul Preston and Adam Witt, competing over there. So
yeah, I think I'm on that too.
That'll be fun. Yeah. So we'll have Richie on that episode also, and we're going to talk with maybe a couple of the people from the Schmodown, maybe. So they're getting back to me on it. So we'll see how it all pans out. But yeah, I can tune into those. Those are a lot of fun. And then we also do more exclusive podcast episodes. We're doing some poster giveaways from some of my one sheet movie posters from my time working at the movie theaters. And our next exclusive podcast episode, we're going to be doing a superhero draft. So we'll be just drafting all superheroes. They can be DC, they can be Marvel, they can be something outside, but they have to have appeared in a movie. So that's the one stipulation. So that'll be showing up probably within like 2-3 weeks or so. We're just trying to get everyone's schedules together. That's going to be on that one. But and then I'll be getting back into some Snack Heroes and some video game streams soon. I put that on the back burner for a little bit, but I had this idea for a Snack Hero. They're selling Girl Scout cookies over here, so I want to compare all the Girl Scout cookies to all the Keebler Elf cookies and see which ones are better. Because in my mind, so far, I like Keebler way better than Girl Scout cookies. But we never know, though. It's been a minute since I've tried a lot of the Girl Scout cookies, so we'll see. But and then just a few episodes that we have coming up for tournament fights and tier ranker. So we'll be having Malcolm Lay's part 2 of his 128 favorite movies that we mentioned earlier. Then we get into our best movies of 2014. So we'll have a packed week next week. We're doing 4 shows next week, but we're doing every other day. And then we're getting into best movie team. So it'll be which group do you like from certain movies? Do you like the kids from The Sandlot or the kids from the Goonies more? Do you like the group from Ocean's 11 or like Snatch or like whatever other movie? So it'll be like that. You won't be voting on the movie necessarily. You're voting on the team you like better. And we'll have best found footage movies that we were supposed to do around Halloween last time. We just didn't have quite enough spots to do something like that for every single week during October, and so we just picked the one that was maybe the least Halloween related, so, and then we just pushed that one back. So we got best found footage. We'll be doing Steven Shepard's top 128 championship that's coming up soon. And then around Oscar time, we're going to do an A24 versus Neon matchup for maybe a slightly more pretentious bracket. So there's that one. And then we have our the next iteration of our best animated movies. For a tier ranker, we're going to be doing the best movies from 1989 or earlier. So we're going to do all the 80s, all the 90s, and everything before that. We're going to jump. We just did the best of the 2010s. Now we're going to old school, and then we're going to kind of do some in between after that. So we got that one coming up. We're doing and then just a couple more. We have a special tournament for Austin's birthday at the end of the month. His birthday is March 31st. We're going to be doing Austin's mystery tournament. So he just has a bunch of mystery movies that he picked out. Like nobody knows what movies are going to show up. There's literally going to be 0 topic, and we're just going to vote on whatever he decides to pick. And actually, I'm going to do the exact same thing for my birthday, which is about 1 month later on April 30th. I'm going to do it as a tier ranker. So that'll be interesting. But for mine, it'll be all movies that I've seen before. I have a website where I've logged every single movie that I've seen before, and then I can just randomize it, and whatever pops up, that's what'll be there. So I'm going to pick 50 of them. So, and then just one last one. We have an April Fool's episode that's going to be a special episode, which I'm not going to reveal what it is, but I'll reveal it to like some of my crew off topic, off camera. But as far as for everyone tuning in, just tune in to find out what the April Fool's one is, because it'll be something kind of wacky. So it'll be a lot of fun though. So yeah, but that's where you can find us. So thanks again, Richie, for sticking it out here. I know the other guys had to bump off. Yeah. So and a lot of our regulars out of town this week. Austin's gone. So yeah, but yeah, so they missed out. We got to decide. We got to have all the power for deciding these movie duos, and maybe they can chime in next time. So, but yeah, we'll do it for us tonight. So, for Richie, for Richard, for Chris, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and also for Wolf. I'll shout him out. He never showed up. He was supposed to be on, but he had to work late. But yeah, and we'll see you next time.